Let's send off the Tuesday quiz with not a bang, but hopefully the computer playing nicely.
Welcome to Crossfire. My name is Emily, and I will be monitoring this process. To begin, please join the process room at hackbox.ca, using the room code displayed on your screen. Prepare for player selection and almost certain obliteration. Zeus is selected. Bassoonist is selected. Playing for Sam is selected. BC 2014 is selected. Shapes is selected. Yanio is selected. Toot is selected. Natamol is selected. M.T. Sprat is selected. Clivy is selected. Ralph is selected. Mark is selected. Here is how the process will take place. Answer the multiple choice questions. 10 pennies are awarded for each correct answer. After each question, a candidate who gave a wrong answer is eliminated at random. If all candidates are correct, all candidates are up for elimination. The last candidate remaining wins a 50-penny bonus. Good luck! Question number 1. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. It turns out safety mode was disengaged. Natamol. What a shame.
What a shame.
Question number 2. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. Ralph has been destroyed. Question number 3. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. The loss of Toot's body was a sacrifice I was willing to make. Question number 4. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. I regret your loss, Clivy. Question number 5. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. Zeus just lost 136 pounds in 1 second. Congratulations. Question number 6. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. Yanio, you have sampled our experimental weight loss program. Please provide feedback on the appropriate form. Question number 7. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. Goodbye, playing for Sam. It's nothing personal. Question number 8. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. The ceiling is blue, the lasers are red. Goodbye to shapes, for now you are dead. Question number 9. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. You have made a terrible mess, Mark. We will be sending you the cleaning bill. Question number 10. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. M.T. Sprat has been eliminated. They will be missed. Question number 11. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. I regret that you have been obliterated. BC 2014. Congratulations to Bassoonist, you have survived the process and are awarded 50 bonus pennies. You are also still alive, which must be something of a relief. Until next time, thank you for playing Crossfire. Goodbye.
Good evening, and welcome to game night on Tuesday, the 28th of February. Hope everybody is doing well. It is the last Tuesday game night for certainly the foreseeable future, I think is how I'm styling it. Hope everyone is keeping well. Thank you very much to Proogs for that Crossfire pack, and to Alex for proofing it as well. Tantalising, tenuous Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to be tenuous, but it's certainly a lot to look forward to in this bumper stream. But first of all, a message from our sponsor, Puzzle Dan.
Time to solve words in it and find out who the mole is, as many of us will be in the danger zone later. Hashtag will retain my boneyard crown hash.
Thank you very much, Puzzle Dan, for what was that? It was a subscription. 22-month subscription there. Most grateful to you. Thank you for the ongoing support. I'll miss you as well, Topper, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going. I still have Saturdays, so it sort of feels... I mean, there's an argument to be made that it is a sort of damp squib of an event. I don't think it is, because Tuesdays have been game night on Tuesday has been a very big part of my life for the last 3 years. This looks fun. I will come back every week 8 PM on Tuesday. It's been a very big part of my life for the last 3 years, since the pandemic, which is when I started doing Tuesdays. Rip Ben, what? So it is slightly sad to be saying goodbye to this particular slot. About the Thursday streams. No, wait. But life moves us into all sorts of different places. So, and my life is being taken in a particular direction, which has necessitated the need to make some cuts. But I will still be here on Saturdays, and we have got this here Tuesday to play out. And very much looking forward to sharing it all with you, or sharing it with all of you. Congratulations to the Bassoonist as well on winning that game of Crossfire. Very well played there. I'm going to stop that bonus, and we're going to get on with the first feature game of the night, which is Cryptex. And it is coming from a collaboration of Ramsey Fox and Ape Minky. Now, I proofed this morning, and I have to say, this is a masterpiece. It really is something special. Not only is it a generally friendly, accessible, all-round fair pack of Cryptex, which has been very well written, but there are some hidden treasures within. There are some hidden treasures hidden within the pack. Hidden treasures being hidden, who'd have thought it? A message from Ape Minky. Normally, we pound, that's not a word. Normally, we frown on posting themes and game-related spoilers in the chat. However, Ramsey and Ape have asked me to encourage chat to find all of their little Easter eggs. And I will say that there is a big clue in the first puzzle. That's all I'm going to say. So keep your eye out for hidden treasure as we delve into this, the first full game of the night. And thank you again to Proogs and Alex for writing and proofing Crossfire, respectively. It's Cryptex by Ape and Ramsey, and if you would like to play on this, the last Tuesday, you need to type in the code. And also, for what it's worth, you might want pen and paper. XTLY is what we need tonight. Oh, and for anyone else interested, I have extracted what I am hoping is the author of all my pain. All our pain. That is my RTX 3080. I'll hold it up to the camera for you. It's got 3 cores. I hadn't realised it was quite so big. The replacement's only got 2. But yeah, it's a weird looking appendix. They're not that sort of pain. All of our gaming pain. I don't plan on killing it with fire because it did cost me a lot of money. I'm hoping it's going to be under warranty because it's less than a year old, that it's just going to get repaired. I haven't noticed a significant drop in performance with the significantly less powerful 1660S, which is now in there. But also it hasn't crashed, so we'll have to wait and see if that is a coincidence. It might still crash tonight, and it might end up being not the graphics card, but all indications do seem to point to that being the problem. So I've got a spare one in there, and hopefully that will see us good through this night, because it would be a real shame if anything crashed tonight, so I really hope that doesn't happen. Although I am lagging like anything on my monitor there, so I'm just going to come off that page. Right, AB Me, Zeus, Dogfish, Mr. Vertigo, Lupine, Mark, Giazens, Yanyo, Fernando, Simpsons Angle, Sotley, Kamikaze, Anaset, Puzzle Dan, Shapes, Cola, Amy, Toot, Riff, Lottibus, BC, Oni, and Jogging are in so far. Let me say hello to everyone else, by the way. Good evening to Kamikaze and Mr. Vertigo and Cola and AB Me, to Yanyo and Shapes and Matt and Mark. Good evening, Toot and Prugs and BC and Oni. To Topper and Dan and Natter and Ape. Good evening and welcome. To Lewis and Clive. Hello to Tadaru and the Bassoonist. To G. Eisens and Anasep. It's Sotley and Lottibus. Score and Zeus and Simpsons Angle and Amy and Silent Marine and Samsa and anyone else who is loitering, lurking and lingering in the background. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining for the final Tuesday, the last Tuesday game night for the foreseeable future. And yeah, I'm starting new job next Monday. I'm actually going to be over in Caerphilly from Monday. I'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. So 4 days in Wales and then 1 day at home next Friday. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a change of pace for me personally. And obviously it's going to have some knock-on effect for all the other things that are going on in and around my life, including, of course, game night. But like I say, we'll still be here on the Saturdays. Jogging, Ramsey, welcome to the stream. Just getting in, so not sure what was said. There's an absolute joy to write. Ape is a truly ridiculous person and we're all better for it. Congrats, Ben. I couldn't think of a better reason to lose our Tuesday games. Thank you very much for the kind words, Ramsey. And thank you very much for this delectable pack. I have to say, it is really a very, very good Cryptex pack. And the extra Easter eggs, the extra hidden treasure is just the icing on the cake. So thank you again for all your efforts. Trasher Plays, welcome to the game. Make sure, if that's a new name, not sure if I've seen you before, but welcome. You're in the game, Trasher Plays. Your name is there on the screen. Make sure you are whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot over the course of this game. So, yes, nothing into the public chat, I please. Jack Wilfred, welcome to the stream as well. Great to have you here too. Hope you're keeping well. I'll give it another 30 seconds. You can join any time in this game, but I'll just give it a few more seconds to let everyone get in who wants to. I remember last time we played Cryptex, it did do a crash midway through. And I'm really hoping it doesn't this time. I'm hoping this new graphics card is going to solve that issue. So, pen and paper is strongly recommended. First time here, you're very welcome, Trasher Plays. Reese, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Yes, if it's your first time, we are going to be continuing on Saturday nights, but this is going to be the last Tuesday stream, as the title implied. But you're very welcome here, and do give us a follow if you're not already, and come back for more trivia, but at the weekend. But yes, for this game and most games that you play here, you need to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot, who's right there. She's the one who'll be asking the questions in the chat. Whisper your answers to her, not into the public chat, because they won't be processed, and more importantly, they will be deleted by moderators. So you don't want that to happen. So just make sure you're whispering to the bot. And yes, because it's Cryptex, pen and paper is recommended, or Notepad++ or something like that, just so you've got something to jot your ideas down on, and hopefully help you to crack the Cryptexes towards the end of the game. Or the end of each puzzle, I should say. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 29 players in. One more would make it 30, which would be a nice round number. If I can convince anybody. I'd love to come and play this myself, but unfortunately I know all the answers now. We'll play with 29 then. Lobby will be open throughout if you do want to come and join us. If you're all ready, remember this is also an auto-running game, so once it starts, the machine takes over and it cannot be stopped. Okay, if you're all ready, let's play Cryptex. This game takes about 35 minutes, Trasher. So, round 1 is called Decryption. Every 20 seconds, you will be presented an index number and an 8-letter clue. There are 8 clues in total. In fact, this one takes almost exactly 35 to 40. 35, I think it's 35, because it runs automatically. This one has got a fixed time. It's about 35 minutes, this one. But, there's 8 clues in total. These clues will help you crack the Cryptex at the end of the round. The clue and the Cryptex share the same letter in the index position. So, for example, if the clue... I'm just going to close that monitor down, because... it's clearly not coping with everything going open. Clue and the Cryptex share the same letter in the index position. So, for example, if the clue is 6, hopping Australian marsupial, you need to give me the answer kangaroo. All of these clues will have 8 letters. And you need to take the 6th letter and put it into that slot of your Cryptex, because the 6th letter of the Cryptex answer will be R. After all 8 clues have been revealed, there will be a 10-second break. At any time before the break, you may submit the answer to any of the clues that have been revealed. Each correct answer is worth 5 points. Any incorrect answers or repeats will cost you 1 point. After the break, crack the Cryptex. You've got a single attempt to do it. You don't have to attempt. If you haven't got enough letters, then you might find it a bit difficult to try and guess, but you've only got 1 attempt. Cracking the Cryptex is worth 20 points, but an incorrect answer will cost you 10 points, no penalty for abstention. As I mentioned, do whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot, and use of pen and paper is strongly encouraged. Thank you again to Ape and Ramsey for this absolute masterpiece of a pack. Best of luck to you all. Let's play. And we're starting with order given to leave a dangerous area. To answer that clue, it's 8 letters long, and take the 3rd letter of that clue and pop it into the 3rd slot of your Cryptex. And the next one, word puzzle where the first letters spell a different word or phrase. Answer that clue, and then take the first letter and put it into the 1st slot of your Cryptex. Doorway leading into a building. Got the 6th letter. Doorway leading into a building. And your next. He, him, she, her, for example. Got the 2nd letter. A lot of green coming up on there, which is good to see. Next clue. In the NFL, the Cetacean team from Miami. In the NFL, the Cetacean team, possibly, from Miami. 8 letters long, you want the 5th. And remember, if clues are no longer displayed on the screen, you can still answer them. You will still get points for them, even if they're no longer displayed up until the break, which is in about a minute's time. Next clue, irreligious, unsure as to whether or not God exists. 7th letter is what you need, it's 8 letters long. Irreligious, unsure as to whether or not God exists. 8 letters long, you want the 7th. Next clue, transfer data from the internet to your device. 8 letters long, and you want the 8th. And a final clue for you. Delicious chocolate bar, formerly called the Marathon, in the UK. This is the final clue and final opportunity to solve any clues that you haven't yet solved from this puzzle. We've got a few 40s down here, I see. We've got Zeus, Dogfish, Lupine, Mark, Fernando, It's Sotley, Matt, Riff, Toot, Colo, Shapes, Samster, all picking up the maximum 40. No more answers will be accepted at this time. You've got 10 seconds to check you're working. Can you crack the Cryptex? 20 points if you can. And the solution to the Cryptex was arachnid. Evacuate would be an order given to leave a dangerous area, from where we got the A. Word puzzle where the first letter spell a different word or phrase is an acrostic, from where we got the A. Doorway leading into a building is an entrance, from where we got the N. He, him, she, her are pronouns, from where we got the R. In the NFL, the Cetacean team from Miami are the Dolphins, from where we got the H. Irreligious, unsure as to whether or not God exists, is agnostic, from where we got the I. Transfer data from the internet to your devices to download, from where we got the D. Delicious chocolate bar, formerly called the Marathon in the UK, is a Snickers, from where we got the C. And that's the end of puzzle 1. I'm not sure something weird is happening with the chat at the moment. The stream does seem to still be live, but my chat just like refreshed itself. So not quite sure what's going on, but the game is still working, and I'm hoping you can still hear me, even if I can't see your messages. So quite a few players on the maximum of 60, almost all of the top row, in fact, doing very, very well there. Let's go on to puzzle number 2. Over-the-counter medicine used to treat constipation. The fourth letter. What's your spelling? Taking advantage of, taking the blood of. Third letter. Ash, welcome to the stream. I'm not sure what you've said because my chat did a funny, but welcome all the same. Oh, there you are. Quite sure what's happening. Abolish or reverse, as with a court decision. You want the sixth letter. Catching up on chat now. I'm not quite sure what happened, but nothing seems to be going on with Twitch having a moment. Organised in a particular way, such as a bouquet. You want the second letter. BC, if you think you found one of the mysteries, then by all means do share it with us. Share your treasure if you think you found it. Watch streak. What's a watch streak? Not sure what that is. John Collins, Mary Pickford, or Rob Roy. Fifth letter. Are Snickers banned in the UK? It's news to me. Anyway. Hopefully the game is still going and Twitch is sorting its life out. On to the next. List of ordered items. 8 letters long and you need the 8th. Input frequently paired with a username. 8 letters long, and you want the 7th. And your final clue for this puzzle. Great performers excel at this D&D ability. I double checked that capitalization on the A is not an error. First letters of the clue words in puzzle 1 seem to spell ape's dead. I hope not. We like ape. 10 seconds to check you're working. Shapes is on 8 out of 8. Did anyone else get 8 out of 8 there? Not sure they did. A chance to solve the Cryptex here. 20 if you're right, minus 10 if you are wrong. Can you work it out from the letters you've got? Solution was creature. Over-the-counter medicine is a laxative, from where we got the A. Taking advantage of, taking the blood of, is leeching, from where we got the E. Abolish or reverse is overturn, from where we got the U. Organised in a particular way, such as a bouquet, is arranged, from where we've got the A. John Collins, Mary Pickford, or Rob Roy, they're all cocktail, where we got the T. A list of ordered items would be a sequence, from where we got the E. Input frequently paired with a username is a password, from where we got the R. And great performers excel at charisma in D&D, from where we got the C. And that is the end of Puzzle 2. Shapes is having a perfect game so far, 120 points. We're at the end of Puzzle 2. Mark and Toot currently in joint second with 115. Samps is in third on 108. Riff and Ianya on 105. Zeus 103. Dogfish 102. Abini and Fernando on 99. Anisep and Jack on 93. And it does look like we might have had some treasure discovered. So keep your eyes out for any more treasure. On to round 2, which is combination. Gameplay is identical to round 1, except each clue is now a combination of 2 words. Should we call cops? Maybe we should, Ianye. Each clue is now a combination of 2 words. The ending of the first word is blended with the beginning of the second word. At least 2 letters will overlap. So you might be given poker hand of 5 hearts and bar black blank. That would be flush and sheep, respectively. Mash them together into an 8-letter word with at least 2 overlaps, and you'll get flusheep. As before, take the letter in the index position indicated and add it to your Cryptex slot. You get 20 points for solving the Cryptex. You lose 10 if you're incorrect. No penalties for abstention. The Cryptex word is not a combination. That's a very good question, Bassoonist. The Cryptex word will always be a real standard English word. Generally, always standard English word, but it won't be a combination. So that's a good thing to bear in mind. So, hope you're ready. Fingers at the ready on your keyboards. I'm just going to close central control down because I don't need it just for now. And let's play. Starting with, contains an I for thread and the 40 days before Easter. Just in the last week or so come into them. You want the first letter of this mashup? And remember, at least 2 letters will overlap. You don't need to type the overlapping letters twice, just the once. Roll in the background of a movie and go on a trip or journey. Third letter of this mashup. And whoever just joined, I think that was Clive who's just joined. Welcome to the game. Eaten before the entree and vessels going away from the heart. Eaten before the entree and vessels going away from the heart. You're the 4th index of this mashup. Sty of a farm animal and a coin worth very little outside certain streams. You're the 7th letter. Moving on, stoke with anger, infuriate, and business rep for athletes or actors. The 8th letter of this mashup. Electrical unit of current and Nevada's biggest little city in the world. Well, the 6th letter here. Electrical unit of current and Nevada's biggest little city in the world. Avoirdupois weight of 1/16 of a pound and Yo-Yo Ma instrument. You're the 2nd letter. Avoirdupois weight of 1/16 of a pound and Yo-Yo Ma instrument. And we have got one final clue. Lad from comic strips with a pet tiger and record material. Lad from comic strips with a pet tiger and record material. Mark and Riff have both got 8 for 8 here. As has Anasep. As has Oni. Time up, check you're working. Hello Claire, welcome to the game. 20 points if you can crack the Cryptex now, minus 10 if you're wrong. This will be a real word, not an overlapping word. Have you got enough information to solve it? Lots of you do. There you take a guess. The solution was nutrient. Needle and lent for needlent, where we got the N. Extra and travel for X-travel, where we got the T. Starter and artery, startery, from where we got the R. Pigpen and penny for pig penny, from where we got the N. Oh, come on, game. Come on, game. Thank you. Enrage and agent, enragent. Ampere and Reno, amperino. Come on, game, why are you lagging? Ounce and cello for outcello. And Calvin and vinyl for calvinyl, from where we got the I. That's the end of puzzle 3. Not a cat. Claire Lupine, welcome to the stream. I don't know what is. I do know what's happening. I've put a new graphics card in my computer, and it's it's a bit slow, but it's not crashing for now. He says with confidence. Right, that's the end of puzzle 3. Hopefully the game will wake itself up. We'll reset the Cryptex, and we will go on to puzzle number 4. one of Strictly's dances, and quickly fry in hot fat. You want the fourth letter. One of Strictly's dances, and quickly fry in hot fat. You want the fourth letter. Well done, Shapes, on getting that one. You need to work out one of the... I felt you need to work out the second half of that to get to the first. Possibly. Daddy Killing Mother Lover of Greece and Blackjack Draw. Daddy Killing Mother Lover of Greece and Blackjack Draw. The fifth letter. Having excess body fat and they tennis call 'em as they tennis see 'em. Having excess body fat and they tennis call 'em as they tennis see 'em. The first letter. Equine wine and apparition. On the sixth letter. Equine wine and apparition. Kennedy Matriarch and Confidential. Kennedy Matriarch and Confidential. You're the eighth letter. On to the next. Once Upon a Midnight Dreary poem with the and business distributor. Once Upon a Midnight Dreary poem with the and business distributor. You want the second letter. Cassowary's Kin and Dijon Speciality. Cassowary's Kin and Dijon Speciality. Seventh letter is what you're after from this one. Legend Neighbour on Atlas Pages and Pay Off a Debt. Legend Neighbour on Atlas Pages and Pay Off a Debt. You want the third letter. Oh, my chat's died in OBS again. Okay, 10 seconds to check you're working. 2 managing to get all 8 here. Did anyone else? It doesn't look like it. Do what you can. 20 points for cracking the Cryptex. I don't know if you solved this. It was a passport. Salsa and saute. Salsaute. Oedipus and push, Oedipus. Plump and umpire for plumpire. An equine wine is a nay, apparition is a ghost for a nay ghost. Rose and secret for rose secret. Raven and vendor, ravender. Emu and mustard for e-mustard. Sounds like an online thing. And inset and settle for insettle. That is the end of puzzle 4. And at the end of that, Toot has the lead with 235. Mark in second with 225. And other Mark, aka Shapes, in third with 215. Just 10 points between the top 3 each at the moment. Zeus on 2 and 2. Samson 203. Dogfish 199. Oni and Riff both 195. Ianyo 180. Lupine 174, Anisette 173, BC and AB me at 163. Round 3 is Cryptex. In this round, crack the Cryptex as quickly as possible. Do not submit answers to the clues, only crack the Cryptex. At the beginning of the round, the Cryptex is worth 55 points. Clues are revealed every 15 seconds. Each clue drops the value of the Cryptex by 5 points. You have got a single attempt. An incorrect answer will earn you 1 point for each letter in the correct position. So when it gets to the end, even if you're not quite sure, it's worth a guess in this one. This is the final round. There are only 3 Cryptexes left, but most importantly, Do not, as Ramsey is stressing in the chat, do not submit individual answers. Only attempt to crack the cryptex when you think you have enough information to do so. I'm going to try and catch up with the chat again. I don't know if Twitch is having a sneeze or if it's OBS at my end or what, but hopefully everything is still working. The category is mineral. Mineral. You may not want to try and solve it just yet. You might want to wait for some more information. But BC is going to have a go, and he's not right. We're going to start with term containing fine, modern, and martial. 3 letters long. You want the second letter. Don't solve this clue. Oh, Clive! Picking up 50 points. Very well played. A very early cryptex cracking there. Expel violently like lava from a volcano. It's 5 letters long. You want the 4th. Mark has solved it for 45, as has Itzotli, as has Toot. This tussle at the top isn't going away anytime soon. For 40 points now, ridge dividing 2 drainage areas on 9 PM according to Ofcom. 9 letters, you want the 8th. A ring of water around a castle. It's 4 letters long, you want the 3rd. You might see a pattern emerging here. One of our hidden treasures. For each of these clues, you need the penultimate letter. Sabster has not got there. Matt, Sprat, and Zeus have quite a few others solving now. 30 points in the bank available. Egg dish, sometimes made au fromage. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Strategy game invented in China 2,500 years ago. 2 letters long, you want the 1st. 25 points if you can solve now. If you're wrong, you still get a point for every letter that is in the right place, so it's worth a punt. 20 points for now, for solving now. An implement for reaping grains or souls, grimly. 6 letters, you want the 5th. Then one more clue to come after this. If you haven't solved it yet, you might want to be thinking about having a guess. Final clue for 15 points. Maverick, dissenter, especially regarding religion. 7 letters, you want the 6th. Okay, 10 points. No more clues. Solve now or forever hold your peace. You might as well have a guess. As long as you type something of 8 letters, for every letter in the right place will give you a point. Worth a punt even if you don't know. Could be worth some last minute points if you want to have a go. The solution was graphite. Art is the term connecting fine, modern and martial. Erupt is to expel violently. Watershed is a ridge dividing 2 drainage areas. A moat is a ring of water around a castle. An omelette is an egg dish sometimes made au fromage. Go is the strategy game invented in China 2,500 years ago. A scythe is an implement for reaping grains. And a heretic is a dissenter, especially regarding religion. Toot has the lead. Mark is 10 points behind. 55 points back in the bank. The category is a company. A company is 8 letters long. Again, do not solve the clues. Just take the letters. Had the first 5 letters, forgot the subject. Bad luck, Kamikaze. Okay, starting with C user. 10 letters long, you want the 1st. That Sprat's had a go. Fire and a miss. 50 points for solving now. Dropping to 45. World Water Day or any other public celebration. 10 letters, you want the 5th. Sometimes it's worth a punt. Sometimes you got to go for it, haven't you, Matt? Bad luck on this occasion. No one else chancing it just yet. For 40 points there. Role of Hugh Edwards on BBC One at 10 o'clock. 10 letters, you want the 8th. And again, notice all of these are 10 letters long. Another little treasure for you. 35 points for solving now. Existing on both land and in water. 10 letters, you want the 7th. Mark is the first to break cover and solve for 35 points. Dropping to 30 now. They dance with hippopotami in Fantasia. 10 letters, you want the 3rd. Sam's getting there just in time for 30. Dropping to 25. Opposite of positiveness. 10 letters, you want the 4th. with that, Mark will have the lead at the end of this round no matter what. For 20 points, nasty or vengeful, Latin for ill-wishing. 10 letters, you want the 6th. 15, atmospheric region named for its heavily charged particles. 10 letters, you want the 2nd. Last chance to have a guess for 15. After this, got to be worth a punt. 10 points for solving now. A point for every letter in the right place. Give it a go if you're not sure. Still could be worth some points. Red this time. The solution was Polaroid. A programmer is a C user. Observance is any other public celebration or indeed World Water Day. Hugh Edwards is a news reader at 10 o'clock. Amphibious means existing on both land and in water. Alligators dance with hippopotami in Fantasia. Negativity is the opposite of positiveness. Malevolent is nasty or vengeful, and from the Latin for ill-wishing. Ionosphere is known for its heavily charged particles. Mark has the lead coming into the final Cryptex. 55 points in the bank. The category is a scientific term. Final puzzle of the game is a graphene, Samston. For 50 points, branch of science concerning butterflies and moths, 15 letters. Gunshine, I don't want to go for it. Wait for a few more clues, Matt. Use that pen and paper to help you out. No one trying yet. Dropping to 45 points. Imitation, procreation, 12 letters, you want the 7th. For 40, an entrepreneurial female, 13 letters, you want the 5th. Dropping to 35. Not calm, especially with regard to one's mood, 13 letters, you want the 3rd. 35 points if you can solve now. Come on, game. You can do it. Shapes is the first to solve. 293, dropping to 30 points. Manner of ruling in US which is not based on wishes of its citizens. 16 letters, you want the 6th. Come on, game. I think it's an internet thing. More than anything. 25 points. Essay, book or other work written about the life of the author. 13 letters, you want the 2nd. Anyone solving now? Oni's there for 25 points. Well played. For 20, notable footballer Phil on Philippines national team. 12 letters, you want the 8th. There is one more clue to come. I am very glad it has left this clue till the last one. Sometimes R&D does work in your favour. 15 points. Just a tiny little 1/262,144th note in music notation. 66 letters. Thought you might like that, Ash. 15 seconds to solve it. The music's come out of sync because the game kept lagging for reasons I don't know, but the solution to the Cryptex is luminous. Lepidopterology is the moths and butterflies. Reproduction is imitation procreation. Businesswoman is an entrepreneurial female. Temperamental is not calm, especially with regard to one's mood. Undemocratically is a manner of ruling in the US. Autobiography is an essay, book, or other work written about the life of the author. Young husband is the notable footballer Phil. And hemi-demi-semi, 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 hemi-demi-semi-quaver is that musical note. And at the end of that, the bronze medal goes to Shapes with 293, the silver to Toot with 305, but our gold medalist with a cracking score of 320 is Mark. Very well played indeed, Mark. You are the Cryptex champion. No, it's a great word. Hemi, semi, demi, more. It's a hemi, demi, semi is the way it goes. So yeah, you have a quaver, then a semi-quaver, then a demi-semiquaver, then a hemi-demi-semiquaver, then a demi-hemi-semi-demi-quaver, and it just keeps concatenating like that. And do it with hemi-demi-semi-quaver, hemi-demi, 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 semi, hemi-demi, semi. Good news is the order wasn't matter since we only wanted the fourth letter, so yeah, it was always going to be I. But I did appreciate that question when it came up. We actually changed it from what it was originally, though. Made it slightly longer. Oh, lots, Mark. lots and lots of flags on that note. Now, Nando, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. So, time to open your treasure boxes, my friends. My chat was doing weird things throughout there. What treasure have you found along the way? Time to tell all. What treasure did you find along the way? Tell me all. What treasure did you reveal during that? There was a murder. Ianyo says there was a murder. Toot saying 6 doubloons. I found discarded chewing gum wrapper earlier. Mark saying it's an acrostic. I know that. Well spotted. So, if we take the clues of, for example, round 1, puzzle 1, word puzzle where first letters spell a different word or phrase, he, him, she, her, order given to her to leave a dangerous area, WHODIDIT. Who did it? Is the first one in the acrostic one. But also, if you take the first letters of the answers in order, acrostic, pronouns, evacuate, Snickers, dolphins, entrance, agnostic, download, apes, dead is what you get. Simpsons Angle thinks he's got something. Apes dead, call cops, no escape, prisoner, game show, Oiano Man, possibly Piano Man, and Lathbury. Simpsons Angle, I think, is leaving a rich man here this evening. Apes dead is the news. So there were puzzles within puzzles, little Easter eggs from Ape and Ramsey in there. I'll leave you to go back and watch the VOD to figure them all out if you're still not sure. Still typing the music notation to whisper. It's solid. Nice. So yeah, there was a double set of hidden clues in there, but just a masterclass in writing for this game. Able to get so many sneaky little treasure troves in there. The things like in round 3 where the letters, the words got longer and then they were all the same length and then they were all more than 12. Twitch is the word prisoner pig in there quite. And just really, really friendly. All-round accessible trivia. So huge thanks to Ape and Ramsey for their collaborative effort. A really lovely start to this, the final Tuesday stream for Game Night. Very much enjoyed that, and I hope you did as well. I'll leave you to go back and trawl through the VOD if you want all of those in full. Now, I don't know what's going on with my computer. I don't know if chat was a bit strange for you during that game. It kept cutting out in OBS, so it might have kept disappearing from the screen. Not entirely sure what's going on, if it's an internet problem, if it's the new graphics card chugging, and the game lagged a couple of times. I am of relief that the game didn't crash. So that's good news at least. Incidentally, Ape, I put your name down on the pack because the way the penny bank works in the games, it can only accept one author name. So Ape, I put your name down, but Ramsey, I will give you 100 bonus pennies now, and Ape, yours will be added on when the credits roll, just in case anyone wonders what I'm doing there. So author pennies for Ramsey Fox right there, and Ape getting his 100 pennies when the credits roll. That is Cryptex. That's our first full game of the evening for this, the last Tuesday. And I do hope you'll stick around, though, because after the break, we have got The Mole, as written by Nata. A nice little pack that we've got here for you. And you will need a microphone and access to the Discord if you want to play this game. So, yes, make sure, leave my fortune of 100 pennies to Ramsey Fox, my way to go. If you're not in the Discord, head on over there now. You will need a microphone and you'll need to be able to come and have a chat with me in the broadcast studio and onto the stream. If you want to play The Mole, you can play along in the audience game just for fun if you fancy it. You don't have to come and play it in the hot seat, but we do need at least 5 people to come and play in the hot seat game if we can. That would be great. It's packed by Natter, and I was going to say something else, which I've now forgotten. Coming up after the break, The Mole, be in the Discord, microphone, and yeah, something else probably. Is it an accessible? I think it might be. I think it's fairly accessible. There's a couple of moments in it, but it's a fun game. Fun little game, The Mole, and we'll be playing that after the break. So don't go away. Thank you very much for playing. Congratulations again to our medalists, to Shapes on bronze, Toot on silver, to Mark on the gold. Thank you again to Ape and Ramsey for a delightful pack. Stay right there, because after the break we'll be playing The Mole. I will see you on the other side. That was Cryptex. See you in a minute. I remembered what I was going to say. First of all, take a Cryptex bonus, but also I was going to say you're going to need Hackbox if you want to come and play The Mole in just a few minutes. So, get your Hackbox devices ready. I'm just going to go top up my glass, but don't go away, because when we come back, it will be The Mole, as written by Nata. I hope you'll stick around for this on the last Tuesday. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
the guy in the 39 steps was a chump. I can do 40, maybe even 41 without wheezing that much.
Back to the second part of this evening's game night, this very special final Tuesday night stream where it's time for the mole. The mole. Clive, thank you very much for the 39-month resub there. The guy in the 39 steps was a chump. I can do 40, maybe, and 41 without wheezing that much. Ashtabash shared their watch streak. 3. Thank you for the 3 watch streak. I don't know what that is. That's new to me. Anyway, it's The Mole. It's a pack by Natter. If you want to play this game, you'll need to sign in with Hackbox. I don't think I've added back the Twitch authentication on this game yet. I might have done, but I don't think I did, which means you'll need to verify the old-fashioned way by whispering the one-time password that is sent to you to Persephone's Twitch bot. And if you want to play in the hot seat, then you'll need a microphone and you'll need to be in the Discord server, and I'm hoping everything holds together. I'm going to pop myself into the broadcast studio and start sharing the screen because what's a few more things to render for this graphics card? Am I right? So, if you want to play, you need to go to Hackbox and join this room. 45 minutes, Clive? 45 to 50 minutes, give or take. MDPL. You can unexclude after the fact if you change your mind, by the way. But we do need at least 5 unexcluded players to be able to pick some people. But the question about this game is, can you do a good job of pretending not to know stuff or knowing stuff, pretending how you know stuff that you might not know? Sort of. There was a sentence there somewhere. Right, come and join the game if you fancy your chances at fooling our friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. Back down to 7. 1, oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. 7 unexcluded so far. We'll give you a few more minutes to come join. And remember, the selection process is that it will ping you a character selection if you've been selected to play. You need to pick a character to confirm your entry into the game. You've got 10 seconds to pick a character. Otherwise, it will just pick someone else. There's 6 unexcluded players. I'll give it to the end of this sting because I really like this sting. Oh, the chat has died again. Come back, chat. It seems to die if I don't focus on it. It gets very needy, this OBS plugin, this Twitch OBS plugin. If I defocus from the screen for too long, and then my chat goes away. Rishi Sunak, welcome to the game. He's excluded, so we won't get to come and chat. Rishi Sunak successfully gaslighting the entire country today, which was quickest U-turn since politics. Yeah, Rishi Sunak is trying to gaslight everybody in the country, which is quite funny. He's flashing us now. Let it be known, Rishi Sunak is flashing us. Rishi does not need the pennies. You'd think he'd be able to reach the light switch. You had a honk for that one, Clive. Very good. Right, that's the end of the rift. 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6. One of you might be a little bit sad. Let's select our players. Rishi is flashing us for the raid message. I think you might be onto something there. Right, let's see who's coming into play. Pick a character. Pick a character if you want to come play. Quick! Okay, we'll reselect. Oh, it's selected the same person. Claire is picking to play as... I think that's Claire. Is that her name? The character name? I can't remember. Matt the Sprat's in. Otley's in. Shapes is in. One more. And it's Zeus. Welcome to our 5 players. Make your way down to the green room. Colo will sound test you, and then we'll get on with the game. So Claire, Matt the Sprat, Otley, Shapes, and Zeus are going to be our 5 deceptive players this evening. We'll see how they get on. But yes, there is our selection completed. So let's see if we can get some guests down into the green room. I see Matt the Sprat there. I am broadcasting already, so you should be able to see and hear the game in real time in the Discord when you come and join. But do pootle on down to the green room. I switched over to red Schlur, mainly because I ran out of white Schlur. I do like the red one. I didn't at first, but it's grown on me. It has grown on me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just waiting for a Claire, I think. This Morse code. Red Schlur is greater than white Schlur. I am enjoying the red Schlur. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat because it's oh, Jack was Morse coding us. I said Rishi Sunak was Morse coding us. Sorry, I don't know that it's Jack. I don't know that it's Jack. I've not tried the rosé Schlur yet. No, or just sugar. Basically, it's just sugar water, Claire. Yeah. Right, we're getting some players in, so I will start saying hello to them shortly. We're just waiting for a Claire to pop down, I think, and might be. There's 3. Right, we've got 3. Who are we waiting on? Claire and Shapes. Well, I'll say hello to who we've got. I'll go left to right as far as I can. Starting with Matt the Sprat, M.T.Sprat. How are you doing?
You said put along to the green room. I sprinted through. I love this game.
You played last time, didn't you, Matt?
The time before last.
Time before last, beg your pardon. Excellent. How did you fare the time before last?
I think I squeaked through round 1 by the seat of my molly pants, and then just round 2 did not fall my way.
Right, well, let's see if we can get one better for you this evening. Great to have you back with us, Matt, and best of luck in the mould. And it's Ollie. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, I'm ticking along nicely. It's good to speak to you again in an environment in which I'm accustomed to, rather than over Zoom.
Yes, it's it's sort of, yeah. I mean, I bet it feels weird to not see my face at this point.
It does. It's slightly, yes. I've sort of grown accustomed to your face somewhat.
I'm flattered.
For anyone who's unsure what we talked about, Sotley and I are on the same OQL team, which we do on Wednesday evenings. So that's why we're So I can't not being able to see Sotley's face at the moment is slightly disquieting. Anyway, Liam, have you played the game before?
I have not. No.
Have you played in the audience before?
Nope.
Have you seen the game before?
Nope.
Oh, a proper first time. Well, you're in for a treat tonight. So we'll explain the rules as we go, and hopefully it'll be relatively self-explanatory. But the best of luck to you in the mole tonight.
Thank you very much.
We'll jump back to the start, and we will say hello to Claire. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Did you get stuck in the chat room up the top?
No, just there was no option to join the green room channel at all. It just wasn't existing.
Oh,
That kind of found me, so it's
that's
okay.
very strange. Well, glad that you're down here now. Have you played them all before?
I think so. Yeah.
You think so? Okay. So how do you fancy your opponents as they
All equally.
all equally. Good answer. Good answer. Curry favour early on. Claire, welcome to the game. The very best of luck tonight. And jumping ahead to Shapes. Good evening, Shapes.
Hello.
Now, have you been here before?
I have been here before a couple of times.
Have you been on the leaderboard before?
On the leaderboard?
Are you on the leaderboard, or am I making that up?
I think I'm on the leaderboard, but I always forget to check the leaderboard when I'm in the hot seat because we don't see it.
Yes, indeed. Well, I can tell you. I can go to the. I can't go to the Penny database because Chrome is doing a shard. So we'll just have to imagine whether or not you're on the leaderboard. Shapes, thank you for joining us. Best of luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
And finally, Zeus, welcome to the game. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. I was just telling Claire I want to swap clothes with her. I like that dress.
I'm enjoying your dungarees. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some good looks from our avatars down here tonight, I have to say. I'm having a bit of a problem again. My chat seems to have died, and so I don't know if anyone is actually still here in the audience. And everything is just like struggling slightly. So hopefully everything will stay running and all will be well. But yeah, what's a game without a few anxiety pangs of will it stay live, right? Or something.
It's still working on our end if you wish to feel better.
Well, that's...
Scott says everybody's left.
Everybody's left, okay. Well, that's good to know. So it's just the six of us here. I'm not sure if your avatars are showing on the overlay either. I can see Matt the Sprat and it's Sotley there, but I don't know if that's and me. That might be something that has done a thing there. Can we just briefly drop to the green room and then back to the broadcast studio?
No.
I
literally can't. I don't play.
I will.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
I will help you on your way, Claire. I'll put you there first on your own, and then I'll jump down. And hopefully, if everyone else can join, I'm just seeing if this little. No one else. I just want to see if this widget, the overlay, has crashed. I'm just going to hide it and re-show it. That's not worked. Let's cut and go OK. Let's paste and go OK. All right, now it's empty. That's good. So now let's put Claire back into the broadcast studio all on her own. And then let's jump back one at a time. And hopefully we will start to populate on the overlay at the bottom. If that is not working, I genuinely don't know if it is or not. If it's not, you'll just have to try and recognize us from the sounds of our voices, because that appears to have yes. Anyway, it'll be fun all the same. I'm going to shut up. Let's play the mole.
Do you need to share your screen again?
Yeah, I do. You're right. Let me do that. Let me do that immediately.
Yeah, thanks, Zeus.
There we go. Right, here's how to play. Gameplay takes place across 3 rounds. Each round has 5 multiple choice questions, each worth 20 points. At the end of each round, one player will be permanently eliminated from the game. At the start of each round, one player is secretly assigned as the mole. This player will be given different answering options from the other players, namely correct or incorrect, thus making their game, to a point, significantly easier. At the end of each round, all players secretly vote on who they think the mole is. If a clear majority identify the mole, then the mole is eliminated. Otherwise, the player who got fewest questions correct is eliminated instead. In the event the scores are tied, the player who has spent longest answering will be eliminated. Okay. And finally, just a note, any players who fail to identify the mole will lose half the points they earned in the round. The mole is reselected each round regardless of the outcome, though a player may be selected more than once. So if someone is the mole in round 1 and they manage to sneak through, they could be the mole again in round 2. The 2 players who remain at the end of round 3 will progress to the final. Easy peasy, right?
Makes sense.
Good.
Right.
Let's play. So, if you are selected as the mole, I will let you know that you will still see the 4 options, but you won't be able to select them. You might need to scroll down to select correct or incorrect, which should be towards the bottom of the screen. Hopefully that makes sense. And the first thing we need to do is, or I need to ask you all to very politely ask you if you would not mind muting yourselves for the duration of the round, and we can have a little bit of banter in the post-question phase, but for now you do need to be muted so that we can't accidentally give anything away. Not even I will know who the mole is. It doesn't debug, so it will be a mystery to me as it will be to all of you. Only the mole will know who they are, and what we're going to do now is select the mole. The mole has been selected, and only they know who they are. They will have the option to answer correctly or incorrectly, but they must also avoid detection, so they mustn't be too obvious with the answers that they give. Here we go, into round number 1, and the 5 categories that will go across all 3 rounds, and round 4 as well, the final round, but in a different order, are... Game shows, The Chess World, the Golden Raspberry Awards, Eurovision Alternatives, and Superheroes in Red. Those are the categories, and that is very, very small, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for everybody, because I'm not quite sure why it's so small. Give me a sec. Round header? Is that the one? No, it's not that one. Is it... cat area. Okay, let's boost them in. I don't want it to overlap too much. Hopefully that's relatively legible. I can't actually see the chat at the moment, so... oh, that's slightly too big, I would say. If anything, that's too big. Right, there we go. We'll work with that. So, those are the categories. Best of luck. Here is the first question. On game shows. In the game show Press Your Luck, what name is usually given to the creatures contestants are trying to avoid? Is it Wannies, Blannies, Barmies, or Bennies? Beautiful chime. Beautiful chiming. It's Wannies. All 5 of our hot seat players getting it right, and a total of 96% across the entire gamut of the game were correct. Let's move on. Question 2. On the chess world. To execute the move en passant, in which direction would the piece attack? Diagonally, left, forwards, or right? It's diagonally. 88% of our total game getting it around, and 3 players in our hot seat getting it. It's Otley and Claire not getting that one. Let's move on. Question 3, the Golden Raspberry Awards. With a total of 16 nominations for Worst Actor at the Golden Raspberry Awards, who is the most decorated actor in Razzie's history? Is it John Travolta, Adam Sandler, Eddie Murphy, or Sylvester Stallone? 3 of our players getting that one right, but only 38% of our total audience getting it right. Sylvester Stallone was the answer. He's got 16. Adam Sandler has 12. John Travolta 7. And Eddie Murphy has 5. It's Otley and Shapes missing out on that one. Let's go to the next question. Eurovision Alternatives. Created in 1961 in Switzerland, which international awards festival shines a spotlight on the entertainment industry? Is it Tournesol Bronze, Tulipe Platin, Rose d'Or, or Lys Argent? All answers in. It is Rose Door, 67% of our total audience getting that, and just 3 of our hot seaters. Matt Spratt and Zeus missing out on that one. Originally from 1961 to 2003, only 1 winner a year was picked before it was broken down into categories. One more question, and it's on superheroes in red. Take a look at this. Created by Frank Miller and portrayed by Jennifer Garner, which superheroine took over the name Daredevil in the Marvel Comics in 2020? Spider-Woman, Elektra, Scarlet Witch, or Falcon? It's Elektra, and 50% of our audience getting that one right. It's a good cross-section of percentages across those 5 questions, but none of our players in the hot seat getting it right. Very, very interesting. That's 5 questions, and that is the end of round 1. So, I will ask you now to unmute yourselves. We have got 4 players who managed to get 3 right: Claire, Matt, Shapes, and Zeus, and 1 player who only managed to get 2, which was Itsotley, which means Itsotley, you are in jeopardy. You are at risk here. If the mole cannot be identified, you will be eliminated once the voting has taken place. What did you think of it, Itsotley? How did you find your first experience here?
Yeah, fine. Just give me categories that I've actually know anything about, and I appreciate it more.
Well, those categories are going to persist across the remainder of the game. I hate to tell you, but
yeah.
be a bit of variety therein. So you're not a chess player. You didn't get the en passant question.
No. Well, I know that chess pieces take things diagonally, and I've heard of en passant, so I assumed it was some kind of weird case where you wouldn't go diagonally.
This is rookie erasure, and I will not stand for it.
So en passant. En passant, so the pawn technically can only move 1 square, but on its first move can move 2 forward, but that's considered to be a sort of a bonus move, effectively. So if a pawn moves 2 spaces past a pawn that, had it moved 1, would have been able to take it, the pawn can then take the piece diagonally, even though it doesn't then move onto the tile it's occupying, is basically the rule of en passant. There's a much better way of explaining it, but yeah.
No.
It's easier.
That's
with,
how I feel.
It's easier with props, I assure you.
I'll draw a diagram later.
Right.
Let's move on. Matt, getting the first 3 and then come to a bit of a halt there.
Yeah, you have no idea how much I wanted to flub that Razzie question because I was very aware that I was building up a target on my back.
Did you? So you knew the Razzie one?
No, I didn't. It was a complete guess, and I still got it.
Well, you weren't the only one who had a strong start and then petered off towards the end. Zeus, 3 right at the beginning, and then the second 2 not right. Zeus, what happened there?
I mean, I'm not the mole. I'm just copying off Matt's answers.
Okay.
Hey.
It's a different form of deceptive play. Fair enough. Now, Shapes, 2 at the start, and then 1 wrong, 1 right, 1 wrong. What's going on there? I mean, did you know the Rose Door, or was that an educated guess?
Yeah, the Golden Rose is at the Montreux Television Festival in Switzerland.
Aha. So that's something that was in your wheelhouse, but not the superheroes.
Not the superheroes one, especially not superheroes of the last few years.
Fair point. And Claire, a similar story over there. 3, but second and 5th going wrong. Again, not a chess fan?
I can't remember what I guessed for that, but yeah, I was probably thinking about something else. In chess, I don't know.
Was it my dungarees?
I was so distracted.
Well,
just a couple of clips, and they might come down.
players, you have all heard from your rivals. They've all pitched their case. I've asked them a variety of questions. Based on their answers and based on their responses to my interrogation there, you have now got to decide which of them is the mole. Now, if 3 out of 5 of you correctly identify the mole, then the mole will be eliminated. Otherwise, it is Liam Itsotley who is going to be eliminated instead. And as a little bonus, if you do find the mole, you get to keep the points you've won. If not, we will cut those rounds points in half. Likewise, in the audience game, if you're playing along at home, if you can identify the mole, you keep the points you've won, 20 points per question. If not, we cut them in half. You've got 15 seconds to cast your votes. Please, can we decide? Oh, but before I do, there's one more little tradition I've got to do. Claire, are you the mole?
9.
Matt, are you the mole?
No.
Itzotli, are you the mole?
Clearly not.
Shapes, are you the mole?
I'm not the mole.
Zeus, are you the mole?
Wait, let me check my answer sheet. No.
The players have spoken. You now need to make a decision. 15 seconds. Who is the mole? And time is up. Liam, Itzotli is going to be hoping there is some consensus. Otherwise, it is going to be him who's going home. Let's find out. Have you come to a consensus? There is a consensus. There is a consensus around Zeus. 3 players have voted for Zeus. 2 players have voted for Matt. Now,
This has me worried.
if Zeus is the mole, Zeus will be going home. If anybody else is the mole, it's going to be Liam. Let's find out. Let's reveal who is the mole. What it's worth, nothing personal. I think it's Matt, but let's find out. Whoa! The moles of Shapes.
Damn it.
What a game! You didn't even rumble suspicion amongst your colleagues here. What did you play an honest game there, Shapes? Did you just answer the questions you knew?
I did actually. Yeah, it's. I mean, if you would sort of pick which 3 categories of those 5 that I'd get right, it would be those.
Those 3.
I was convinced the golden raspberry record holder was Nicolas Cage, and then it didn't come up at all, and I didn't know what to do.
Well, you've played a blinder there because so I certainly didn't suspect you, but that can often be a good strategy as the mole is actually play an honest game. Matt the Ref, welcome to the stream. I can't see what you're saying in chat because my chat is broken, but my bot has just flagged me that you're here, so welcome and I hope you're keeping well. Let's see how the audience voted in that. Did anyone suspect Shapes? A couple, but not many. Nobody is suspecting it's Sotley, unsurprisingly. Zeus getting the most heat there, 34%.
I'm going to burn this studio to the ground. With all of the audience and all the contestants in it.
You've been the scapegoat like Jack Wilford was in the last game. But no, just over a third of the audience thinking Zeus, 30% thinking Matt, only 21% thinking Shapes. So if you did identify Shapes, you get to keep the points you won that round. All of our hot seat players, apart from Shapes, who was the mole, are going to lose half their points. But none of that is as bad as it's going to be for Itzotli. Otley, it's your first time in and you're out in round 1.
Que sera, sera, whatever will be.
Que sera, sera. I will
What a shame.
press the what a shame button for you. Or the pain button, maybe. Pain. There you go. It's been lovely having you here, and I do hope you will stay in the broadcast studio because I may come to you for some impartial thoughts along the way to maybe stir the pot. So do stay right there in the broadcast studio, and of course do continue to play because you get to play in the audience game now. But for now, I'm afraid not enough questions, and you've been eliminated. And we move on to round 2. Claire, Matt and Zeus bank 30 points. Shapes bank 60 for successfully evading detection as the mole and getting 3 questions right. Shapes was the mole last time. The moles have been cleared. The mole flags have been cleared. But Shapes could be picked again. Or it might be Claire. It could be Matt. It may be Zeus. No one will know except the mole. And what we need to do now is re-roll the mole. The mole has been selected. I would ask at this point, players, if you could mute your microphones, and we will go on to round number 2. Categories remain the same, order remains the same. Let's see if these questions bring you favour and fortune, or fear and fangxiety. Question 1. For the game show Tipping Point, players take on a massive penny arcade game in an effort to obtain what type of game piece? Blocks, counters, meeples, or pegs? It is counters, and 100% of the gamut of the audience getting that right, including all 4 of our hot seat players. Well done, on we go. Question 2. In 2022, developers Punk Cake created a chess-based roguelike game where the eponymous character, a Black King, uses what weapon to exact revenge on the White King? A revolver, a shotgun, a submachine gun, or a rifle? It's a shotgun. 39% of the total game players getting that one right. The full game title is Shotgun King: The Final Checkmate. Shotgun King: The Final Checkmate. Just Matt, the Sprat, and Zeus getting that right amongst our hot seat players. Shapes and Claire missing that question. Let's go on. Golden Raspberries. In 2022, the Razzies retracted a specific award category, one that was dedicated to which Hollywood actor who had recently been diagnosed with the condition aphasia. Was it Johnny Depp, Tom Green, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Bruce Willis? Bruce Willis, 71% of the total audience getting that. Just Matt the Sprat missing out on that question. Claire, Shapes, and Zeus getting it right. On we go to Eurovision alternatives. Which biannual contest will be hosted by Latvia for the second time later this year? Eurovision Choir, Let the People Sing, Eurovision Young Dancers, or Eurovision Young Musicians? It's Eurovision Choir, 30%, quite a low percentage getting that one, but Shapes and Claire among them. Matt and Zeus missing out on that one. Originally set as Eurovision Choir of the Year, they then changed the name. Incidentally, the award for the 2021 Razzies was originally going to be Worst Bruce Willis Performance in a 2021 movie, but probably for reasons of that being in poor taste, they retracted the award. One more question in this round. It's on Superheroes in Red. Question 5. Known for being Plastic Man in DC Comics, what was the original name of the character who began life as a gang member who was left behind? Was it Damian Squid O'Brien, David Stretch Armstrong, Ian Slips Quinn, or Patrick Eel O'Brien? It was Patrick Eel O'Brien. 17% getting it right, none of whom were in the hot seat. All of our hot seat players getting that one wrong. That is the end of question 5, and it's the end of the questions in round 2. So a similar picture being painted, if you'd like to unmute yourselves now. Claire, Shapes, and Zeus all getting 3 out of 5. Matt just picking up the 2, which means, Matt, you are going to be in jeopardy. Strong start, but then it sort of came unstuck slightly after that. What happened?
I'm getting a frightful shade of deja vu.
What? So you're in on the chess, the tipping point one, the old penny arcade machine. The chess game. Did you play the chess game, or was that a punt?
No. I really like that game. I've seen it played. I think it's bloody cool. Everything else, I just.
Just not falling your way. Well, I mean, you could still survive if you can identify the mole. Let's go over to Zeus, who's got a similar answering pattern to what he had last time. 3 right and then 2 wrong in that order. Zeus, I mean, how did that fall? Are you not a Eurovision fan?
That wasn't a Eurovision question, though, was it? It was a Eurovision alternative
It was
question.
a Eurovision alternative, that's quite right. So, no ideas there?
No, it was a complete guess. I don't think I read all the options. I just clicked one.
Just clicked right. I don't know this.
Yeah.
I go to click one.
Yeah.
Well, Shapes, you got the first one right, and then step back on the chess come video game question, and then in on the Golden Raspberries and the Eurovision alternatives. How did they come about?
Yeah, I remember the sort of. It was quite newsworthy when they retracted the award because of Bruce Willis. It's he sort of got aphasia as a sort of side effect of I think they said it was dementia. So aphasia is sort of when you lose the ability to talk fluently. So I can understand why they retracted that. And sort of that's how I knew that.
Okay, and Claire, 3 right that time. Game shows, Golden Razzies, and the Eurovision alternatives. Did you know that Eurovision one, or was that a punt?
That was a guess. I was hoping I've heard of it, but no, I'm just lucky click.
Well, Liam, all of them falling foul of that Superheroes in Red question. Did you know that one?
No, of course I didn't.
No, okay. how did you get on in that round?
Game shows and Razzies.
Game
So
shows and
top
Razzies,
two.
just the two again.
Yeah.
Have you got any suspicions at the moment, Liam? Who would you point the finger at, or who are you going to point the finger at in just a minute?
Can I say names or?
You can say names, of course you can.
Yeah. If what it's worth, my guess is Claire because she's got better music taste than Eurovision.
Claire, would you like to speak against
Have I
that?
talked to you about? Have I talked to you? So we have Eurovision parties every year, and the reason I have a telly is because I was hosting a Eurovision party in my new house, and I had to buy it. So,
well, I mean, Claire, who would you point? Who would you point the finger at, Claire?
I kind of think Shapes. Like again, I think it's picked him again.
Shapes, would you like to speak against that?
But it's not me this time, so that's very wrong.
Well,
Wait, no one suspects me now. I feel left out.
Well, maybe this is part of
I
their
always
game
suspect
plan.
you.
Maybe this is part of their game plan. They don't actually want to say who they truly think the mole is, for reasons of subterfuge, perhaps. But how it works at this point, you need to have a clear majority, which means that 3 out of 4 of you need to identify the mole, or it is going to be Matt who is going home. So, for the second time, Claire, are you the mole?
Nay.
Matt, are you the mole?
No.
Shapes, are you the mole?
I'm not the mole, I'm a mouse.
Zeus, are you the
Duh.
mole?
No.
I got my duh. Sorry, Zeus, are you the mole?
I am not the mole.
Okay, well, you've heard what they had to say. You've heard opinions from a few people, and you've heard all of their denials, but one of them is not being entirely truthful. It's time, once again, to vote who is the mole. All votes are in. Decisions are locked. So, Matt is going to be hoping for consensus around one player and also hoping that it's the mole. Let's find out who have you voted for, and is there consensus? There is no consensus. There are 2 votes for Shapes, 1 for Claire, and 1 for Zeus. So the room has been split. 50% of the game are suspecting Shapes for the second time in a row. Matt himself thinks Zeus, and Shapes thinking Claire. Very interesting. So we know that it is going to be Matt who's going to be eliminated, but Matt, we'll put you out of your misery and see if you're going to take 20 points or 40 points through, as we reveal who is the mole. Shapes. It's Claire! Claire was the mole. Only Shapes identifying Claire correctly. Claire, you did a very good... I mean, it certainly was onto you there.
I know, terrifying.
Did you have a panic? You did a very good job of defending yourself, I have to say.
Well, I think I sound panicked. I played fairly honestly. So.
Yeah, and you did an honest game, did you?
Yeah.
So answering the
I
ones
think
you
that's the only
knew.
way.
That's the only way. Well, you have managed to avoid detection, so very well played. Let's see how the audience got on. Did you manage to fool them? You did. Exactly a third suspecting you, but there you go, Zeus. That's where the suspicion was coming from. It was all
Cool,
coming from
I'm getting my lighter now.
Getting the lighter.
Where's the kindling?
25% of the audience suspecting Shapes. Again, obviously nobody suspecting Matt.
I can't even look you in the eye now.
It is possible for the mole to have the lowest score. That is a possibility in this game, but on this occasion, nobody suspecting Matt the Sprat. So, well done if you did identify Claire. You'll get to keep your points. Everyone else, you're going to get half the points you would have otherwise done in this round. Claire, well done. You've avoided detection. It does mean Matt, second round once again. Seems to be a running trend. Matt? But all in good fun, and I do hope you'll stick around and throw some shade at some of your rivals over the course of the rest of the game. Cool. Well, unfortunately, Matt, on this occasion, we do have to say goodbye, but thank you very much for playing, and hopefully we'll talk to you a bit later on. We We move on to round number 3. Shapes with 120 in the bank. Claire with 90. Zeus with 60. I would ask at this point if you could mute your microphones, remaining players and guests. And we will, once again, re-roll the mole. The mole has been selected. Claire or Shapes or Zeus may be the mole this time around. And at the end of the round, to identify the mole, we do need to have a clear majority of 2-1 identifying the mole in order for there to be a correct elimination of the mole. We haven't managed to ID the mole as majority yet in the game. Let's see if round 3 is going to be any different. Here are the questions. Starting with game shows. In the TV show Nightmare, contestants carried the Helmet of Justice, the Eye Shield, and which other item that was originally intended to be a food receptacle for replenishing their life force? Was it a satchel, a knapsack, a backpack, or a purse? It was a knapsack. Shapes and Claire getting that. Zeus missing out. 59% of the audience game getting that one right. So not a million miles away. The cross-section of the hot seat players from the overall percentage. Not a million miles off. Knapsack was the answer we wanted. From season 1 to 7 of the show, incidentally, it focused. From season 1 to 7, the show focused on having your life force replenished by placing food only into the knapsack. However, the rules changed in season 8 when the knapsack allowed items to be put inside as well. Question 2. Set in the Cold War era, the musical Chess has music and lyrics written by which 2 members of the Swedish pop group ABBA? Is it Benny Andersson and Anna-Frid Lyngstad? Anna-Frid Lyngstad and Agnetha Fältskog, Benny Andersson and Björn Ulvaeus, or Agnetha Fältskog and Björn Ulvaeus? And forgive my Swedish pronunciation. It is Benny Andersson and Björn Ulvaeus. Benny and Björn was the right answer. 83% of our audience getting that in total, and all 3 of our hot seat players. Well played. On to question 3. In 2002, Tom Green's movie Freddy Got Fingered was given the most nominations at the 22nd Golden Raspberry Awards. Out of the 8 nominations it received, how many did it win? 6, 5, 7, or 4? It was 5, 23% getting that, including Zeus. Freddy Got Fingered, Tom Green had won as Worst Picture, Worst Actor, Worst Director, Worst Screenplay, and Worst Screen Couple for Tom Green and any animal he abuses. Well done, Zeus, on getting that one. Everyone on 2 so far. 2 questions to go. Here's the next. In 2007, Eurovision created a new competition that only lasted for 2 years, being hosted in London and then Glasgow and being won by Finland and Poland respectively. What was this competition that failed to impress us? Was it Eurovision Artistry Contest, Eurovision Cooking Contest, Eurovision Dance Contest, or Eurovision Poetry Contest? It was the Eurovision Dance Contest, 62% of the audience getting that, and all 3 of our hot seat players, which means they're all on 3 out of 3. If we all have the same answer this time, then it's going to come down to a tiebreak as to who goes into jeopardy. One more question on superheroes in red. With the filming of The Flash, Ezra Miller has been a controversial figure in 2022, so much so that fans have been pleading to have him replaced by which CW The Flash star instead? Is it Grant Gustin, Tom Cavanagh, Rick Cosnett, or Carlos Valdez? It is Grant Gustin, 23% getting that right, and none of our hot seat players, which means at the end of that round, it's a dead heat. 3 each, and in the case of Claire and Shapes, the same 3. Zeus getting a different 3, getting the middle 3 right there. So it is going to come down to whoever was slowest overall is going to be in jeopardy, and if you're the mole and you get put into jeopardy, then you know it's not going to be a happy ending for you either way. But kindly, if you are the mole and put into jeopardy, kindly try and still fool all the rest of us, because remember, points are at stake. The player in jeopardy is Zeus, as the slowest to answer. Zeus, is that a surprise to you?
I thought I was quite speedy, especially on the guesses.
Well, so there's a lot of guessing going on there, was it?
Yeah, I mean, do you really think I knew how many Razzies that film that I don't remember the name of won?
No, a particularly tricky question there in the middle. So a nice guess for you coming in there. The other two players obviously getting that one wrong. Shapes and Claire, you've got the same questions right there. I mean, Claire, what's going on there? Tell us how that game played out for you.
Yeah, that was pretty good for me. I don't care about Tom Green, and I was just excited to see the name Tom Kavanagh appear at the end because he was JD's brother in Scrubs. So I picked him. Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
So I remember that show very well. Shapes, how about you? Were you was that about what you expected, or were you happy with your performance there?
It's sort of what I would have expected. I mean, I didn't recognise any of those names on the last question. And yeah, I was picking one of four numbers at random on the third one. But the other three I did know sort of quite straight away.
Well, it's a bit difficult to call when all three players have the same score. But Matt, it's Sotley. Any inclination as to who you think you would put your chips in front of?
I don't get to talk. I only got two of them right.
You only got two. How about you, Liam? How did you get on?
I got two as well.
Two as well. I mean, who do you think, based on what they've said and the questions they've got right and wrong, who do you think had a helping hand?
I'm thinking it's Zeus. I reckon
No.
Zeus has watched Nightmare as a kid.
I have, and I thought I sat in the knapsack with the same thing, so I 50-50'd.
If it makes you feel better, I literally said, "Oh, it's a knapsack" out loud, and then I pressed satchel.
Yeah. Can someone tell me the difference? What is the difference between a knapsack and a satchel? Genuinely.
Spelling.
Thanks, helpful.
I don't know. Matt, any inclinations as to who you think might be the mole?
I've been kowtowed out of voting for Zeus because I'm feel fucking ashamed of that. I just think it's suspect that Clazer and Shapes have got the exact same distribution on this one. And when I was playing these, I don't know. Oh god! Then again,
Matt's undecided. I think would that be a fair assessment, Matt? That's fine. You've got another few seconds to ponder it before you have to commit to an answer. But it is very interesting here with Zeus being in jeopardy, but might still be the mole. So it's going to be very interesting to see how you vote. But remember, your points are at stake here. If you can't identify the mole, whether it's Zeus or Shapes or Claire, if you can't identify the mole, you're going to lose half your points for the round. So, Claire, are you the mole?
Nope.
Shapes, are you the mole?
I'm not the mole.
Zeus, are you the mole?
Of course I'm not the mole. I would have faked the game show question right, wouldn't I?
Well, the pleas have been made, but you now have to decide. 15 seconds. Who is the mole? Oh, I need to focus on the right window. I'll try that again. Who is the mole? There we go. And the votes are in. No going back now. So Zeus is going to be hoping to see some form of consensus here. Let's see. Has he got it? There is a consensus.
What? Literally, what is the point?
They want to keep their points and they think you're the mole. Zeus going for Shapes. Shapes and Claire, in a very strange play here, have both said Zeus. So it means if Zeus is the mole, he's going to be eliminated for being identified. If he's not the mole, he's going to be eliminated for being the low scorer. So, interesting, Zeus, it does mean we are going to be losing you here, but are you going to leave with a great amount of pride and slight indignation, perhaps? Or are you going to leave...
I never had pride.
Are you going to leave doubly wounded as the low scorer and the mole. Let's find out who is the mole. It was Shapes. Again, Shapes for the second time. Did you play an honest game?
I did this time. Those question with those numbers, it was just a sort of 1 in 4, and I thought I wouldn't have known that. My guess would have been 7 anyway, so if I'd played it as an honest game, I'd have got the same result.
Well, that is how it goes. Shapes is being the mole twice, and Zeus managing to get some heat despite being the low scorer. People obviously wanting to keep their scores. It does mean, Claire, you'll only get to take forward 30 points rather than 60. Shapes, as the mole, you do get to take forward 60. And Zeus, because you identified the mole, you will get to take your 60 points into the lobby game. Let's see how the lobby got on with that as well. And look at all this! 6.
Right, give me a sec to go outside and put the wrong kind of fuel in every single person's car.
I will Shapes this time, just so you know.
Sugar's better, Zeus.
63% thinking it was
You're
Zeus.
just jealous of the dungarees.
Despite being the low scorer, 63% of the audience thought Zeus was the mole, and had just been a bit slow about it. Well, that is how it goes. So if you did vote for Zeus, then you are going to lose half your points. But it's going to be Shapes and Claire in the final. And Zeus, thank you very much for playing, and do stick around to banter these two as we go into the final. But for now, I'm afraid it's goodbye.
You're all getting your tyres slashed, including you, Ben.
I'm putting an oxley between me and Zeus.
I don't know. You haven't slashed the tyres of my new car.
No, you haven't mentioned it. Sorry, I am bitter.
Well,
I'm putting Oxley between me and Zeus. I
don't have any tyres.
You don't have any.
I'll find some tyres for you, and I will slash them and throw them at you. You weren't even a part of this vote, and I'm still going to throw them at you.
That's what happens when you need to drive. You can just jump into monitors and go wherever.
I am going to bring things back to, if I may, it's Claire and Shapes shaping up the things I do with words against each other. It's my stream. I'll say what I like.
I make anything bends the mole.
It's Claire versus Shapes. Let's explain the rules of the final. So, the remaining 2 players now go head-to-head in a battle of knowledge and wits. The player with the highest bank starts in control, that's Shapes, and will face up to 5 additional questions. The controlling player will have 5 options per question, the standard 4 answers, and an additional option of correct. If they are incorrect, control switches to their opponent. If they are correct, their opponent will have to determine whether they answered fairly or not. If they so choose, the non-controlling player can accuse their opponent of taking a free answer. If the controlling player is rumbled, they lose the game immediately. If the controlling player is falsely accused, they win the game immediately. And I need to update the typewriter sound effects on these straps here. If no accusation is made after a correct answer, gameplay continues with the same player in control. If question 5 is reached, the accusing player will have to make a decision to accuse without seeing whether the controlling player was correct or not. After 5 questions, if no accusations have been made, the player in control wins the game. In the lobby game, players receive 20 points for a correct answer. In the event the controlling player is correct, players may also choose to accuse them of taking a free answer. If players make a correct accusation, they are awarded 20 points in addition to the points received for a correct answer. But if they make a false accusation, they lose 20 points, even if they hadn't got points for a correct answer. So you can end up on negative points here if you start accusing wildly and the controlling player is playing an honest game. Hopefully that makes some level of sense. I'll recap question 5 if and when we get there, but for now, it's Shapes versus Claire in the final of the mold. And for this round, I would encourage you to keep your microphones on and heckle and banter your opponent as much as possible. Players in the side game, it's Otley, Matt and Zeus, feel free to heckle and banter during the voting stage, but while we are in the question stage, if you could stay muted, that would be grand. But Claire and Shapes, cards are off the table. It's whatever rules suits you best to make your opponent do something that you want or don't want them to do. Best of luck. Here's your first question. And the categories have got a slightly shuffled order to give it a bit of a difficulty curve here. So the chess world first, then superheroes in red, game shows, the golden raspberries, and finally Eurovision alternatives. Shapes, you're in control. Claire, you can still answer because you will still get points and therefore pennies awarded for correct answers, even though they won't count in this section of the game. Shapes, here's your first question. In the late 90s, IBM machine Deep Blue took part in a chess battle, losing in 1997 but winning in 1998, against which well-known grandmaster? Was it Alexander Delchev, Sergei Kalintescu, Garry Kasparov, or Alexander Volshin? And there's time up. 95% getting this one right. Was Shapes among them? Yes, he was. Claire, an opportunity to accuse and an opportunity to heckle and banter and wheedle at your opponent, if you like. 15 seconds, Claire. Was he playing fair?
Yeah. Don't think this is the question that he's going to cheat on.
Oh, go on.
That's an impassioned plea, but Claire is going to pass on the accusation this time. Wouldn't put it past.
Do you know who's been teaching me that heckling?
Who's that?
Arun.
Well, I wouldn't put it past someone like Shapes to actually know the answer to a question, but take a free answer anyway, just for the lulz. Let's see. Did he play fair? Yeah, of course he did. Garry Kasparov, 95% getting that one right as well. Shapes, you're still in control. Here's question 2. Originally created as part of a set of stories created to help his young son fall asleep at night when he was afraid of the dark, what was the name of the superhero character who once wore a blue suit but is now known for his iconic scarlet suit? Super Ted, Dynadog, Power Pig, or Wonder Weasel? Late answer from Shapes there. 76% of the audience getting this one. Was Shapes among them? He was indeed. 15 seconds, Claire, to make a decision as to whether he took this fairly or unfairly. And that time starts now.
Ooh. No. Now, I didn't know this, but I think I'm gonna let Shapes. No, I'm not gonna press it.
I'd say no.
Claire,
not
I remember.
Shouldn't accuse Bar.
Pass. The accusation was not made. She didn't know it herself. He thinks that Shapes might have done. Did he? Did. Right not to accuse. Shapes, you are still in control. Let's go on to question number 3. On game shows. In 2022, the French TV series Fort Boyard decided to make a big change to their show by removing what iconic feature? The Tigers, the Adventures, the Key Games, or the Gong? Anything anyone able to glean from that mouse click from Shapes there? The answer was the Tigers. 80% getting this one right. Was Shapes among them? Yes, he was. Claire, 15 seconds to make a decision as to whether or not Shapes got this fairly or unfairly. Time starts now.
Shapes doesn't know what tigers are.
Shapes doesn't believe in France.
Shapes is a big fan of gongs. Oh, sorry, dongs.
PG-13, if you please. Yes. Claire has let the opportunity to accuse passer by. No accusation has been made. Did Shapes get that under his own steam? He did indeed. So that's 3 for 3. Shapes, you're still in control. Claire, you've got potentially 2 more questions with Shapes with an opportunity to accuse. Here is the next question on the subject of the Golden Raspberry. In 1981, John B. Wilson created the first ever Golden Raspberry Awards after watching a double feature of which 2 movies that were so poor in quality he thought they deserved their own awards ceremony. Was it The Exterminator and Flash Gordon, Popeye and Hangar 18, Inferno and It's My Turn, or Xanadu and Can't Stop the Music? Xanadu and Can't Stop the Music was the answer. 67% of the audience getting this one right. Was Shapes among them? He was. So, Claire, big decision to make here, because Shapes is right, one way or another, and if he was right under his own steam, and you don't accuse, then he is in control for the final question. If he is right not under his own steam, and you don't accuse, he's in control for the final question anyway, which gives him an advantage. So, it's up to you. 15 seconds. Do you want to accuse him or not? Time starts now.
I knew this, so I think you would know this. What do you think?
He twitched.
I think this is mole, but don't.
No, I'm gonna let him be in control.
So it's subtly there thinking that Shapes has cheesed this answer. Claire has let it tick down, which means Shapes is going to get question 5. But should you have accused? Right, not to. He got this on his own. Which means, a reminder of how question 5 works. Shapes, you are still in control. But on this one, we will not reveal whether or not you are right or wrong. Claire will simply have to make a decision, and the metrics are the same. If you are right, and whichever way, if you are right and not accused, then Shapes, you will win the game. If you cheese the answer and Claire accuses you and catches you out, then Claire wins the game. And if you're wrong, the only way for you to win, Shapes, is if Claire falsely accuses you, but of course she won't know whether you're right or wrong.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My brain hurts.
There's a lot of angles to this end game. Let's take the question first of all. Here it is. On Eurovision alternatives. In 2020, the Eurovision Song Contest had to be cancelled due to COVID-19. In Germany, however, which former German entrant created the free European Song Contest in its place? Options are Roman Lob, Ben Dolic, Lena Meyer-Landrut, or Stefan Raab. It's a fast answer from Shapes. Stefan Raab was the answer, and 48% of the audience got that. Now, Claire, we're not going to tell you whether Shapes is right or wrong. But if he's right... Sorry, go on.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's going to get this right.
Okay. If he's got this right under his own steam, then there's nothing you can do. Yeah. Is the long
So I might as well accuse him.
And hope for the best.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have left to do. I don't think that he's cheated.
Well, let's find out. 15 seconds, time to vote.
So I've managed to get this right. I know nothing, so...
I've got this right.
There's the clacks and the accusation has been made. Claire going against her better judgment, saying, I think Shapes will know this, which means if he's got it right, there's no way out other than to accuse. You have correctly identified the logic in this game. If you think they are going to know it, all you can do is accuse and hope for the best, because if he's right, either way, he's going to win the game. You made the accusation. You didn't think it was the right decision, but you had no alternative. Let's see. Shapes, did you get there on your own, or did you know that? He was falsely accused. Of course he knew it. Of course he knew it. And Shapes finishes on a score of 280 points. Very well done indeed. Claire, bad luck. Just Shapes getting into control there and dominating from start to finish, getting all 5 correct, not having to use that cheese button at all. But Claire, have you had a good time?
Oh, yes.
Wonderful.
Sorry for getting it wrong multiple times, guys. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. The charred remains of your car from courtesy of Zeus will...
Oh, I haven't released the venomous snakes there, just you wait.
And Shapes, you are the champion. 280 points. We'll see how that puts you onto the leaderboard, because now, one way or another, you are definitely on the leaderboard. I have a feeling you might be there twice now, but we'll check that in a minute. So make sure you watch them when they come up in just a minute. But Shapes, very, very, very well played indeed. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've all had fun. I'll go through the lobby scores, but for now, to my friends in the hot seat, thank you for playing the mole, and we'll see you another time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So, Shapes comes out on top, and let's check out how everybody got on in the audience game as we reveal the final scores. Clive Banking 60, Rishi Sunak 70, BC 90, Bassoonist 110, Plu 110, and AB Me 140. Fernando on 140, Reese on 140, Kamikaze getting 150, Matt and Otley also finishing on 150, as is Pyro. Matt and Otley yellow there because they're in the hot seat. A few more 150s coming in here. Claire getting 180, Mr. Vertigo 180 in 7th, and our top 6 tonight. Colo with 210, Oni with 210, Zeus with 220, Ralph with 250, Proves with 280, and Shapes also with 280 at the top in yellow. Very well done indeed. And our champions... we have 6 on the champions board, and Shapes is there twice, and he takes the top spot, knocking Proogs off by 20 points. Shapes goes to the top with 280 points. Very well done. Apparently, we've had a raid, judging by the messages here. Quizzy, Dan, Meredith, Museum, Clemson, Tebow Bear, thank you for the raid, Dan. Sorry I didn't catch that before. I think my alerts are broken. My internet's doing something weird. It's a combination of internet and or graphics card. So apologies I missed that if it came in at any point in the last sort of half an hour or so. But welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you with us. Yeah, gold, silver, and bronze for the top 3 players who were not in the hot seat. So that would be Proogs taking home a gold, and I can't remember the others. I'd have to go check the VOD. But very well done to you all for your achievements. And thank you to Natter for that pack as well. I did a bit of work with Natter on that pack, and hopefully you found that a lot of fun. Now, that was going to be the end of the stream. I need to get some form of chat up because I literally can't see chat at all. I'm going to have to load up a monitor window just so I can see what's going on. What is going on? Oh, the raid has only just come in by the looks of it. And chat, apologies to you all, but I missed all of that chat. And it looks like my chat on the overlay is frozen as well. I think it's probably mine, something to do with this graphics card, but I'd rather not be able to see the chat than have the whole thing fall apart. So, yeah, the only thing that's changed is the graphics card. So, yeah, hopefully I'll get my proper one back before too long. So, that was going to be the end of the stream. But Colo reached out to me on Saturday and said, since it's the last Tuesday stream, the last Tuesday game night, it'd be nice to commemorate it in some way. And so Colo has very kindly crafted a very special DangerZone pack. And DangerZone, of course, is a special place in my heart because it was the first original game. It's a game we used to play every Saturday night when this started, when it was just a Saturday stream, which is, of course, what it's going back to. And so I'm very, very grateful to Colo for taking the initiative and putting in a load of effort to make this. It's a very nostalgic pack. It's pure general knowledge, but it's very nostalgic, and I think you'll really enjoy it. I'm hoping the GPU does hold it together, and we'll have a really good time playing DangerZone in its 3rd iteration on the final Tuesday stream. Do stick around because it will be coming up very shortly after the break. Thank you again to Natter. Congrats to our medalists. Well done to Shapes, taking 280. Your champion in the mole tonight. See you in a minute. More pennies available, only 17 of them admittedly, but don't go away because after the break, a very special final pack for the last ever Tuesday game night, certainly for the foreseeable future. I really hope you're going to stick around for a bit of a nostalgia trip and some final general knowledge fun, courtesy of Cola Cola. I'll play some ads, but we won't start the next game until the ads are done, so don't worry about that if you're not subscribed. Stay right there, don't touch that dial, because we'll be right back. So yeah, just again to say, all my alerts appear to have broken, which is why I wasn't, if it felt like I was ignoring the chat. To be honest, the Mole is a game where I need to kind of focus on the players in front of me and the questions in front of me. So apologies if I've missed anything that's come through. So Dan, thank you again for that raid 9 minutes ago. I do hope if you're still here, you're able to stick around for a bit of DangerZone at the end of the evening. Pyro Pygmy, welcome to the stream. And it is time for the final Tuesday night game, certainly for the foreseeable future. It's DangerZone. Let's play. third and final part of this, the last Tuesday of game night, where it's Danger Zone time. Quasi-spontaneous pack of Danger Zone, courtesy of Cola. What I was going to say, I have turned the chat off because I think it was just frozen. Actually, the view count as well could probably do with going off because that's not an accurate reflection of where we are. Just have a giant blank box under there. Yeah, I don't know what's happened with my alerts. They just appear to have stopped. But hey, we can't have everything now. Where would you put it? So, if you want to play Danger Zone, the last game on Tuesday night, it's all done by whispering to the bot, and you need to type in this code. RSZE. Come one, come all. So yes, I did say to Colo, is this a game that I should play? And he said, concentrate on hosting. I said, all right. So that's what I'm going to do. I did proof it, and as expected, required very little attention. Really, really solid pack. Something for everybody, with a hint of nostalgia there as well. Jers, welcome to the stream. We'll remind you that Danger Zone is the only game in the oeuvre at the moment. N3 times, welcome. Great to have you here. It's the only game in the oeuvre that does not have any time entry. So if you want to play, join now. I'll give it a couple of minutes to come and join this lobby, but once I lock the lobby, you won't be able to get back in. So do bear that in mind. You can play till the end, even after you're eliminated. You can continue playing for the Boneyard medal in the Boneyard game, but you won't be able to join as a new player once I lock the lobby. I was going to nip to the loo really quickly, so enjoy the ambient loop, and I will be back very shortly. I probably should have done this while we're having a break, but I'll go now. So Reese, welcome on into the game. Sorry, OBS. Right, back in a tick. Kegler Coach, welcome to the stream. I'm just going to go log Mrs. Flush in because she's going to play along as well, sort of a little bit. So I'm going to log her in so that she can. She's doing some emails downstairs, but she might play periodically. So I'm going to go sort her out. Oh, Mrs. Royal Flux, welcome to the game. Right, if there is nobody else wanting to come and play, we'll get the game underway. Did I just rhyme without meaning to? How play Danger Zone? Get the questions right quickly. is the long and short of it. 5 rounds, 5 questions each. Each one has got multiple choice, 4 options. If you are in the danger zone, that's the bottom percentile. At the end of the round, you are eliminated. You get to keep playing from the wings. You get points equal to the number of players in the game. So the first player will get, at the moment, for example, 32 points. The next one to get it right will get 31, then 30, then 29, and so on. You can use a help once per round. They are refreshed each round if you're still in the main game. You can either multiply, which means you get double points for a correct answer, or if you don't know, you can nerf an answer, which will give you exactly points equal to exactly half the number of players of the game rounded down. So if you nerf on a question in round 1, you'll get 16 points. You can use either help once, but not both. M to multiply. After you've answered, you must answer first and then press M to multiply, or just press N to nerf the question. Hopefully that makes sense. If you're ready, I'll do a countdown from 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lock you in. If I go to the right profile. 32 players. Let's play. Danger zone size of 6, which means we will lose 6 players at the end of this round. And round 1 is called the warm-up. Bit of nostalgia there to start us off. Best of luck to you all. As I mentioned, whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot, M to multiply after submitting your answers, N to nerf, and in this round that will be worth 16 points. Those in the danger zone at the end of the round will be eliminated. Yes, so answer first and then just the letter M after you've answered, Matt. But if you want to nerf, just press N. So N to nerf. If you don't like the question, you want to get rid of it, N to nerf, you get 16 points. But if you want to multiply, answer first and then multiply. Word of warning, if you multiply and you get the question wrong, you get nothing, because double nothing is still nothing. Right. Good luck. Round 1 is the warm-up in this very special nostalgic pack by Colo Colo. For the last time on a Tuesday, let's play Danger Zone. And we're starting with, if you won a gold, silver and bronze medal at Tokyo Olympics 2020, how much weight would you have around your neck? Bit of lag in the game there, but it would have processed them in the same order that it got them in. Boom! That was quite a fun noise on my ears. Sorry, it's not my fault. New graphics card, I'm assuming. It's just not quite as powerful or something else. 1,550 grams is the answer. Who was fastest? Topper, followed by AB Me. Natter was 3rd. Shapes was 4th. Stimson was 5th. Matt the Sprouted, Sotley and Kegler Coach playing their nerfs for the flat rate of 16 points. Nobody multiplying the question. Well done if you got that one right. Let's reorder the board. That is a big tie Danger Zone. That tie will be resolved by the end, hopefully with fewer players than that in it. Topper goes straight to the top. AB Me in 2nd. Natter in 3rd. Let's go on. Top the game, I win. Danger boom. I like that clip. Thank you, Matt. Let's go on. Question 2. In a full set game of men's tennis at the Wimbledon Championships, what is the maximum number of games, including tiebreaks, that could have been played? Trick question, there is no limit. 65, 55 or 60? It's 65. Zeus was fastest, Shapes was 2nd, BC was 3rd, Fernando 4th, Lupine was 5th, Kamikaze and M3 playing their nerf for the flat rate of 16. Yep, so they changed it in 2022. All sets to finish either 7-6 or 6-7. Tiebreaks do count as games. Wimbledon added the tiebreak to the 5th set in 2022, which gives you a total of 13 times 5 or 65. Well done if you got that one right. Let's reorder the board. Diluting that danger zone. Yeah, another thing to blame John, isn't it? Oh, yeah, quite. Well, it took 12 years to implement it. We've got a lot of players in the danger zone, but still 3 questions to get out of that, and a lot of helps still available, multiplies and nerfs. Let's go on, question number 3. Crossfire is the 5th novel in what series by Mallory Blackman? Dungeons and Dragons, Snakes and Ladders, Noughts and Crosses, Hide and Seek. Answer's locked in. Noughts and Crosses is the right answer. We've got a bit more action going on here. Toot was fastest, BC second, Samster third, Fernando fourth, and Mark was 5th. A lot of helps being used here. Mr. Vertigo multiplying, G. Eisens and Puzzle Dan nerfing, Toot and Samster, Zeus, BC, Lupine, Jack, Mark, Ianyo, and Claire all multiplying, as is Shapes and Jers also nerfing. Of the players who played the multipliers, Ianyo was incorrect and was the only one to do so. So Ianyo, you're not going to get any points, and that help is going to be lost. Bad luck. But everyone else who multiplied there did get it right. Noughts and Crosses was the answer. Let's reorder the board. So, 4 players in the Danger Zone proper: Ianyo, Oni, Jogging, and Bassoonist. Though 3 of them have got their helps available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in a 16-point tie at the moment with 2 questions to go. That needs to be resolved. Mrs. Royal Flush still does have a help available. Shapes at the top with 108. BC's in second. Zeus is in third. And hello, Mrs. Royal Flush. Welcome to the stream. You know one. Yes. Well played. On we go. Question number 4. Don't forget the help, Mrs. Flush. Question 4. In the EA game Battlefront 2 2017, which of these is not a playable villain? Kylo Ren, Emperor Palpatine, Boss, or Asajj Ventress? Asajj Ventress is the right answer there. And goodness me, that's a lot of red up on the board. Only 3 players getting it right of their own volition. Oni was fastest, G. Eisen second, Simpsons Angle was third. Simpsons Angle also multiplying on this one, doubling up to 60 points. That's a good multiplier there. Pyro Pygmy, Prugs, Oren, and Mrs. Flush all using their nerfs, the flat rate of 16. Let's reorder the board. With 1 question to go, we have still got a tie-break in the Danger Zone. Kamikaze, Jers, Kegler, M3, and Puzzle Dan. Only 3 of you can go out. 2 of you must get out of that tie-break one way or another. Ianyo, Jogging, and the Bassoonist. Jogging and the Bassoonist still with helps available. You are currently in red, but the round isn't over until it's over. Shapes with the lead. BC in second. Stimson's Angle moves up to third. 1 more question in this round. Take a look. And with your helps, use them or lose them. In a Harvard experiment, participants were asked to read which novel to test whether my mind's gone blank. The Pelican Brief, War and Peace, Noddy Goes to Toy Town, or The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Was War and Peace is what we're after there. Let's go see if I've got any notes on that one. If I just condense my file. Come on, keep condensing, keep condensing. I can probably hide that column. No, I don't have any notes after all that. Ianyo was fastest. Itzotli was second. Pyropig was third. Proves was fourth. Matt Spratt was 5th. AB Me and Topper, Oni and Reese all nerfing their Natter, Fluid Fernando, and Jogging using their multiplier. Jogging was incorrect, as was Fernando, so that's a lost help there. Maybe Fernando's done enough to survive. Jogging won't have done enough to get out of the red, unfortunately. The answer was War and Peace. Let's reorder the board and find out what's happening. We have got orange still, which means we've got a tie between Ianyo and Mrs. Flush. It does mean Bassoonist, Kamikaze, and 3 times Puzzle Dan, and Jogging. We are going to lose you at the end of this round. Shapes, BC, and Mark finish in 1, 2, and 3. They will get a little boost going into the next round. So they'll start with a slight advantage of points, but everyone else who is in green, your points will be reset. That's Natter, Stimson's Angle, Samster, Zeus, Lupine, G. Eisens, Itzotli, Claire, Proves, Pyropygmy 2, Matt the Sprat, Fernando, Reese, Oren, Jack, Oni, Topper, AB Jers, Mr. Vertigo, and Kegler Coach. Congratulations, you are through to round 2. Your scores will be reset to 0, and we will see you there. One of either Ianyo or Mrs. Flush will get through, but we have got our round 1 tiebreaker. Nerfs and multipliers are inactive. This question is for Ianyo and Mrs. Flush alone. You must answer in digits, not in words. Digits only, please. There'll be a question that'll have a numerical answer. Whoever is closest to the answer will progress and keep their score of 32. Whoever is further away will lose a point and drop into the danger zone and be eliminated from the game. Example 0. Thank you very much, Topper, for that example of a digit. And M3 and Matt the Sprout. Right, best of luck you two. Ianyo and Mrs. Flush, here is your round 1 tiebreaker question. Good luck. As digits to the bot, how many episodes of Friends have been made? Ianyo's in. Next. Very good. Next going for 369. Ianyo going for 180. This is in Mrs. Flush's wheelhouse. I know she likes Friends. Pretty sure there were 10 series. About 24 per season, maybe? Maybe around 240. By my maths, that puts Ianyo 60 away and Mrs. Flush about 129 away. I don't know if my maths is going to hold up. Let's find out. The correct answer is 236. I wasn't a million miles off, and it does mean Mrs. Flush, I'm so sorry, but you have dropped down into the danger zone and you are eliminated from the game. Do keep playing though. If you're in the Boneyard, Boneyard medal is available for the player with the most correct answers at the end of the game. And you still get pennies for every question that you get right. Well done to the 26 players who progressed, particularly to Shapes, BC and Mark, who will get a boost. But unfortunately, Mrs. Flush, the Bassoonist, Kamikaze, M3 Ties, Puzzle Dan and Plujogging, it is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. So, Mrs. Royal Flush with an appropriate crown there, as has the Bassoonist. Each of them currently ruling the Boneyard, but the points have been reset. Shapes now starting with 13, BC with 8, Mark with 6, everyone else resetting to 0. We lose another 6 players in this round as we go on to round number 2. Good evening, etc. More of the same. You may have spotted the theme emerging in this round. Helps have been refreshed. If you're still in live play, you don't get helps in the Boneyard, but Whisper M after submitting your answer to double your points. Whisper N to nerf the question, which will earn you 13 points in this round. You can use either of them once, but not both. Whisper your answers to the bot as ever before. Best of luck to you all. Round 2. Good evening, etc. Let's play Danger Zone. Thanks, Topper. The steeplechase roller coaster at the Pleasure Beach Blackpool was opened in 1977 by which celebrity? Len Goodman, Red Rum, Queen Elizabeth II, or Lester Piggott? That was Red Rum, the horse. Zeus was fastest, Jack was second, Samster in third, Toot in fourth, and BC in fifth. Samster and Zeus also playing multipliers there, both of them correct. They're going to go to the top of the table. That was Red Rum. Let's reorder the board. Triple crown in the Boneyard at the moment. Mrs. Flush, Jogging, and Bassoonist. And a big old tie in the danger zone. 11 players currently in the danger zone on 0. Zeus at the top, Samster in second, Shapes is in third. Most players with helps available. Question 2. Hashtag bring back steeplechase. What was the name of the bridge that famously collapsed just 4 months after construction in 1940 due to aeroelastic flutter? Was it Ponte das Barcas, Tacoma Narrows Bridge, Wangayahu River Rail Bridge, or Sunshine Skyway Bridge? Bloody hell. Some answers to get through there. Tacoma Narrows Bridge was the answer. Matt the Sprat was fastest, Ianyo was second, Fernando was third, Lupine fourth, and Mark was fifth. A few multipliers being played there. Matt the Sprat, Natter, Lupine, Oren, and Ianyo. Mr. Vertigo choosing to nerf there. Of the people who played their multipliers, most were correct. Natter was not. Not going to get any points for that, and you have lost your help for this round. Tacoma Narrows Bridge was the answer. Let's reorder the board. Big changes. Matt the Sprat jumping right to the top because he is ahead of Zeus alphabetically, and so it does order him first, though Matt and Zeus currently tied on 52. Ianyo in second on 50, Samster in third on 48. We've got a de facto danger zone size now. Reese on 14, Itzotli, G. Eisens, Pyro, Oni, and Topper yet to score, though all 6 do still have helps available, as do many of the players currently in green. On we go, question 3. The mole is an underground burrowing animal, the males and females of which are known as what? Jacks and Jills, mares and stallions, bucks and does, boars and sows. and sows is the correct answer. Toot was fastest, Samster second, Topper third, AB me fourth, Zeus was fifth. Just one help being used there by Toot, who was the fastest to answer, and he's multiplied, doubling up to 52 points. Well played. That is going to put you probably on the top of the table there. Boars and sows was the right answer. Let's reorder the board. Doggy now taking the crown for himself in the Boneyard on 3 points. Toot does move to the top on 96. Zeus in second, Samster in third, just a point between them. Claire, Stimson, G-Isons, Itzotli, Pyro, and Oni currently in the Boneyard, all 6 with helps available, but there are only 2 questions left on which to use them. Best of luck. Here is question 4. What is the distinction between speed and velocity? Speed is directional, velocity is universal. Speed is imperial, velocity is metric. Speed is a derivative, velocity is an integral. Speed is scalar, velocity is a vector. That's how I always remembered it during physics. Speed is scalar, velocity is vector, S is S, V is V. That's all I remember from high school, and I don't remember what that actually means. Velocity is something to do with it has a distance, I think, or a direction, possibly. Someone will tell me in a minute. I'm sure. Samson was fastest, Zeus was second, BC third, Yanyo fourth, Topper was fifth. You know this because it's Despicable Me. Velocity is speed plus direction. I knew it was something like that, yeah. Despicable Me with all the answers. Topper fifth there. Quite a few helps going in this question. AB Me and Topper. It's Sotley, Pyro Pygmy, BC Prugs, Oni and Mark all multiplying. G-Isons and Kegler nerfing. Of the players who played multipliers, all of them were correct. Very well played. Let's see what that does to the board. Could be interesting. Nata, Jack, Shapes, Fernando and Mr. Vertigo getting this one wrong. Let's see if they drop into the danger zone. Not all of them, but some of them certainly have. Shapes is precarious over the danger zone line at the moment with 1 question to go on 31. Claire at the top with 29, as is G-Isons, so Claire has the advantage of the help. Elsewhere in the boat, it's very tight, I have to say, in the danger zone. Nata, Pyro, Jack, Stimson, G-Isons and Claire. 21 to 29 between them. It is still anybody's game down here with 26 points up for grabs. Toots at the top, Samsters in second, tied with Zeus on 99, and Ianyo in third with 91. Mrs. Flush and Jogging currently ruling the Boneyard with 3 questions each. Last question of the round. Here is question number 5. In 2021, a data leak in which software application made personal information available on over 38 million individuals. Adobe InDesign, Microsoft Power Apps, Apple iWork, or Google Waze? Microsoft Power Apps was the answer. Pyro Pygmy was fastest, Zeus was second, Jack was third, Kegler fourth, and Mr. Vertigo was fifth. Smattering of helps being used there. Stimson, Jack and Shapes using multipliers. Reese, Jers, Claire and Fernando using nerfs. Of those players who multiplied, Shapes and Stimson were incorrect. With Shapes poised above the danger zone line and Claire just going for a nerf, is she going to have done enough to get above that danger zone line with Jack and Pyro getting it right underneath? Nata, Simpsons and G-Isons are going to be eliminated, we know at this point, because they're already in the danger zone and getting it wrong. Shapes, Oni, Itzotli. Have you done enough to get out of the danger zone? Let's reorder the board. Shapes and Oni had not. Itzotli has done enough to eke out a tie with Claire, and so we have got our second tiebreaker question in as many rounds. Oni, Shapes, G-Isons, Stimpson's Angle and Nata, you are going to be eliminated at the end of this round and sent to the Boneyard. Zeus finishes on top with 124, Toot in second with 116, BC and Samster tie up in third with 99, but we have got another tiebreak. It's Sotley and Claire, both on 42 points. It is time for the round 2 tiebreaker. So a way they can both lose for vote for me. Unfortunately not Zeus, you have to lose a fixed number. Same as before, this question is just for Claire and Liam. Answer as a number, not in words. Digits only, please. Whoever is closest to the answer will progress. Best of luck. Here's your tiebreaker. What is the total runtime in minutes of episodes 1 to 9 of the Star Wars canon? going for 1400. Claire going for 4500. That's quite a lot of minutes. 4500. A little bit of margin for error here. I mean, some of them are quite long. As long as that. The correct answer is 1,239. I'd have thought 1,200, 120 times 9, or 120 times 10. Most of them are under 2 hours, I believe. So 120 times. No, I don't know, I'd have gone 1,200 anyway. But it's Sotley who gets closer, retains a score of 42, and Claire who loses a point and drops into the danger zone on 41. So Claire, Oni, Shapes, Giants and Simpsons, Angle and Natter will go to the Boneyard and the crown will be recontested. Zeus finishes on 124, Toot 116, BC and Samster on 99. Those four will get a little boost going into round 3. And they'll be joined there by Ianyo, Lupine, Mark, Prugs, AB Me, Jack, Mr. Vertigo, Kegler Coach, Topper 1, Matt, Oren, Reese, Flo Fernando, Jers, Pyro Pygmy, and it's Sotley whose scores will all be reset to 0. Very well played, you're through to round 3, but unfortunately Claire, Oni, Shapes, Giants and Simpsons, Angle and Natter, thank you for playing, but it is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Shapes now takes the crown in the Boneyard with 5 out of 10. The danger zone has reasserted itself. We are now going to lose 7 players in this round, and then we will lose 7 players in the next round, leaving a final of 6. Zeus starting on 10, Toot on 6, BC and Samster on 5. Let's move on to round 3. A brand new interactive quiz game from is the next round. Yep. Same rules as before, 5 questions. M will multiply double your points if you use it after you've answered the question. N will nerf the question for a flat rate of 10 points this round. You can use either of them once, but not both. Use them or lose them, because they will be refreshed at the beginning of the next round if you manage to get that far. Whispering answers to the bot as before. It's a brand new interactive quiz game from round 3. Let's play Danger Zone. Designed by I.M. Pei, the pyramid entrance to the Louvre is how tall? 7.2 metres, 10.8 metres, 21.6 metres, 16.7 metres. .6 metres. It vast, so it is. Toot was fastest, Mark was second, Jack was third, Jers fourth, and Prugs was fifth. Just Jers using a help there, a multiplier, getting the correct answer, doubling up to 34 points for being the 4th correct player. So doubling up 17 points there. Well done, Jers. Let's reorder the board. As expected, a big-ass orange block. Just over half the players in the danger zone at the moment. Jers at the top, Toot in second, Mark in third. Shape still top of the Boneyard. Let's go on, question number 2. Doggy dog is a common eggcorn of dog eat dog. Which of these is not a common eggcorn? Prima Donna, Take It for Granite, Sign Your John Hancock, Vim and Vinegar. Sign Your John Hancock. Prima Donna is Prima Donna. Vim and Vinegar would be Vim and Vigor. Take It for Granite would be Take It for Granted. Sign Your John Hancock is a different sort of language thing. It's an affectation because John Hancock is now synonymous with signature because he's the one who basically crossed out the Declaration of Independence with his name. Jack Wilfred, I'm transformed into an eggcorn. Samson was fastest, Zeus was second, Toot was third, Abimi was fourth, and Mark was fifth. Just on an ancillary note, I'm aware Doggy Dog is not an original quiz interactive format. I'm assuming Coda was just going for titles of games that I've done, and the round titles are just happy callbacks rather than there being a specific time. AB Me, Matt, Fernando, Lupine, and Mark all multiplying. Oren and Kegler using the nerf of the players who multiplied. All of them were correct, attaining double points. Let's reorder the board. Standard danger zone size now of 7. Kegler, it's Sotley, BC, Reese, Mr. Vertigo, Pyro Pygmy, and Toppy are all in there. 6 out of 7 of you have still got a help available though. Mark's at the top, Toots in second, AB Me and Jers tied up in third. On we go. Question 3. What is the answer to the Cryptex in Dan Brown's novel The Da Vinci Code? Lemon, grape, apple, or peach? And said with all the charisma of a forgotten cup of tea by Tom Hanks in the film of the same name, APPLE. Apple is the correct answer. BC was fastest, AB Me was second, Zeus was third, Toot was fourth, and Ianyo was fifth. Mr. Vertigo multiplying on that one and finding the correct answer, getting slightly more points than they would have done if they'd nerfed. It's Otley, Samster, and Proust playing their nerf at the flat rate of 10. Apple. Most players getting that one right. Let's reorder the board. BC at Sotley, Mr. Vertigo, Pyro Pygmy, Topper, Reese, and Kegler all in the danger zone at the moment. 4 of them, BC, Pyro, Topper, and Reese, have got helps available. Marks at the top, Toots in second, AB Me now in third. Let's go on to question number 4. What can you type in the search field of Google that will result in the screen doing a barrel roll? Square, square, triangle, Z or R twice, Control F, X, Y, X, Y, A, B. Z or R twice is in reference to Star Fox and the buttons you have to press to do a barrel roll, as it were. BC was fastest, Zeus was second, Lupine third, Topper fourth, and Toot was fifth. 4 multipliers going in on that round, Topper, Zeus, BC, and Reese, all of whom were correct, doubling up their points. A few multipliers coming from players in the danger zone, Topper, Reese, and BC getting some big points here. This could have some interesting effects on the players above them. Fernando may have to worry, possibly Ianyo and Samster, depending how much of a gap there was, maybe as high up as Prugs, who got that one wrong. Let's see what happens when we reorder the board. Indeed, Prugs has dropped into the danger zone, as has Reese. Samster was obviously further ahead than I'd given him credit for, so is managing to stay up for now, but it is very, very close around that danger zone line. Zeus is way out in front on 85, Toots in second with 77, with a help still available, AB Me in third with 66, Jack and Ianyo also with helps available outside the danger zone, and Pyro Pygmy with one inside the danger zone. Quick maths time. Kegler can only hope to attain 30, cannot escape the danger zone. Mr. Vertigo 34, cannot escape the danger zone. But Pyro Pygmy up can still get out of the danger zone, especially with it being so close. Reese in 14th at the top of the danger zone on 38, and then you go all the way up to 7th with Jack Wilfred. He's only 11 points ahead, though he has still got a help available. So a lot could happen on this question. 46, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 38, 37. Very, very close scores. 2 of those players at least will be eliminated after this question. So, question number 5. Best of luck to you all. Last chance to use your help. They will be refreshed if you can survive this round. Here is question 5. Which actor got their big break in Scorsese's psychological thriller Taxi Driver 1976? Demi Moore, Jodie Foster, Helen Hunt, Joan Cusack. 4 remaining players have multiplied here. Oh, and the game's done a little lag. Come on. Come on, Bar. You can do it. Come on. There we go. Added tension. The computer's just having a little think about it. Mr. Vertigo was fastest. The answer was Jodie Foster. Mr. Vertigo was fastest. Toot second, BC 30, Ianyo 4th, Fernando was 5th. All 4 players who had helps left did use their multiplier. Toot, Jack, and Ianyo were right. Pyro Pygmy was incorrect and is going to be eliminated. Kegler Coach also going to be eliminated, which we knew already. Mr. Vertigo did manage to pick up the 20 points, but I don't think he had. There was too much of a ceiling above to hope to get out of the danger zone. A lot of players getting this one right. It's going to be very interesting to see how the points fall, because it was awfully close, certainly down to position 15. Beyond that, have it Sotley or Fernando done enough to get above Oren, who only got 9 points that question? Maybe Jers on 13. I think Ianyo might be safe. Lupine, does he have to worry with getting that one wrong? Let's find out as we reorder the board. Lupine does have to worry, and into the danger zone he goes on 44. 3 players finishing up in the danger zone on 44 points. Oren, welcome to the stream formally. The lag getting you. I got some too, if it's any consolation. But you did survive on 49. And at the end of that round, Shapes is king of the Boneyard with 8 out of 15. Toot finishes on top with 115. Zeus in second with 85, and BC in third with 83. You three will get a little boost going into the next round. And you'll be joined there by Mark, Ianyo, Jack, ABME, Samster, Topper, Jers, Matt, Oren, and Reese, whose scores will all be reset to 0. Congratulations, you're through to round 4. Unfortunately, very, very close, but no tiebreakers this time. Prugs, Lupine, Fernando, It's Sotley, Mr. Vertigo, Pyro Pygmy, and Kegler Coach. Thank you for playing, but it is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Though Prugs usurping Shapes' crown and taking it for himself, 9 out of 15, currently at the top of the boneyard. Very well played. Let's see if you can hang on to that. Toot starting with 6, Zeus with 4, BC with 3, Mark, Oren, and Ianyo in the green at the moment, and Jack, Reese, Samster, ABME, Jers, Matt, and Topper also still in live play. We will lose 7 players at the end of round 4, leaving just 6 for our final. Let's go there now. Quietly nihilistic. Something I like to say quite a lot in this game, particularly if I'm talking about the Abyss, which is a quietly nihilistic game. It's a good turn of phrase. I should say it more. Nerf in this round will be worth 6 points. Multipliers or helps have been reset. Multiplier could get you up to 26 points. Remember, you can use them either once, but you cannot use both. And you won't get any helps in the final round. Also in the final round, you don't get a boost for finishing in 1, 2, and 3. You get the number of questions you've got right minus the number of times you've been in the danger zone altogether. For what it's worth, this does not count as a danger zone appearance for the 7 players who are highlighted in red at the moment, but hereafter, every appearance in the danger zone across the gamut of the game will cost you a point against the number of questions you've got right, and that is what you'll start with if you can survive to the final. 7 will go home. 6 will go to the boneyard at any rate. 6 will go to the final. Who will they be? Round 4 is quietly nihilistic. Let's play Danger Zone. Consumption of what sort of substance may cause the purge of one's stomach contents? Antidiarrheal, analgesic, emetic, or diuretic? Emetic. First time I came across that word was when Dexter ate a load of bulbs that he managed to unearth from the kitchen, and the vet said, "Oh, we may have to give him emesis," which basically means to make him sick. He didn't have to have emesis in the end, and he ended up being completely fine. Mark was fastest, Toot second, Samster third, Matt was fourth, and Oren was 5th. ABME, Matt, Toot, and Samster and Mark all multiplying on that one. ABME multiplying and getting it wrong is not going to get any points and is going to lose their help. The other 4 were correct. Let's reorder the board. Straight into a standard danger zone size. In fact, we've got 2 players in the danger zone with points. Zeus and BC, thanks to their boosts there. Ianyo, Jack, Reese, ABME, and Topper yet to score. Most have still got helps available, and notably the top 4 have all used their helps already. Let's go on. Question 2. In perhaps the longest bidding war ever, what piece was sold at Sotheby's Hong Kong in 2020 after 75 minutes and more than 100 bids? The Ugly Duchess by Quentin Massis, The Vegetable Gardener by Giuseppe Arcimboldo, 5 Drunken Princes Returning on Horseback by Ren Renfer, or Study After Velasquez's Portrait of Pope Innocent X by Francis Bacon. Sorry, face jacker reference there. It was 5 Drunken Princes Returning on Horseback by Ren Renfer. It is a long in-work Chinese scroll, Hong Kong being the inn here, according to Cola. Mark was the only player in live play to get that one right for 13 points. Very well. Oh, he's saying lucky guess. Well, they all count. Very well done. 13 points to you. Everyone else was incorrect. Unsurprisingly, no helps being used on that question. Well done if you got that in the boneyard. Let's reorder the board. Not much reordering to do, just Mark moving to the top and knocking 2 into second. Prugs and Shapes are once again sharing a crown. I say once again, I think Prugs usurped it. Now Shapes is trying to claw it back, both on 9 points, 9 questions out of 17. Let's go on to question number 3. In his 1979 song Escape, artist Rupert Holmes asked if you like what drink? Nice cup of tea, white wine in the sun, rum and Coca-Cola, pina coladas. Guardians of the Galaxy would know this also. I think we had this song at our wedding, actually. Pina coladas. If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain. Great song. White Wine in the Sun, incidentally, is a song by Tim Minchin. Toot was fastest, Zeus was second, ABME third, Topper was fourth, and Jack was fifth. Multipliers being used by Topper, Zeus, Jack, Oren, Ianyo, and Reese, all of whom were correct, getting double points there. Well played. Let's reorder the board. All change here. Mark at the top, Toot in second, so no change there. Zeus in third. Matt's got 26, Samson's got 24, Topper's got 20, all out of the danger zone with 2 questions to go. Jack, Ianyo, Oren, Jers, ABME, Reese, and BC have got some work to do, but Jers and BC have got helps, which could get them on their way. Still 26 points or 39 points if you've got a help available, so it's still anybody's game. Let's go on. Question 4. Battle not with monsters, lest you become a monster, and if you gaze into the abyss gazes also into you. Is a quote from who? Geoffrey Chaucer, Gandalf the Grey, Aleister Crowley, Friedrich Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche was the answer philosopher I learnt about in GCSE theology, I think. Toot was fastest, Ianyo second, Reese was third, Mark was fourth, Samster was fifth. No helps being used on that question, Jers and BC saving it for question number 5. Prue's getting that one right, Shape's getting it wrong, so Prue's is going to become a sole monarch once again. Friedrich Nietzsche, or Nietzsche, was the correct answer. Let's reorder the board. Bit of a gap emerging. Matt Spratt on 26 in safety, Topper down on 20 in the danger zone. 6 points between them, but still 13 points available, or 26 if you've got a help. It's still open to everyone. No, it's still open to everyone, end of sentence, because ABME could still attain 24. No, it's not open to ABME. Sorry, ABME. It's not open to you because 24 would get you above Topper, but not above Nat, I'm afraid. Jers could force a tie. No, Jers has got to help, so Jers could get well out of trouble. So ABME cannot get through at this point, but everyone else is still in contention depending how players answer. Mark and Toot now tied at the top, Samster in second, Ianyo and Zeus tied in third. Not a lot in it. Good luck. Here's question 5. The Beehive is the common name of the executive wing of the Parliament buildings in which country? New Zealand, Canada, Nigeria, or Wales? Jack Wilfred manifesting the politics question there. He really did manifest that, Jack, didn't you? Well played, and he's got it right as well. Second fastest, beaten only by Oren, who got the 13 points there. Jack getting it second. Topper third, Zeus fourth, Matt fifth. BC and Jers both multiplying, both incorrect, unfortunately. So those two, along with Reese and ABME, are guaranteed for elimination. There do need to be 3 other eliminations to go with them. Eyes looking at Ianyo at this point could be dangerous. Samster? Maybe? The answer was New Zealand. Let's reorder the board. See who's going through and who's going home. Samster hangs on, but Ianyo does not. Jack! Despite that politics question. I was about to say hello to someone, but they see they've just been banned, so I'm assuming that's a bot. Thank you for getting on, that's cool. Despite the politics question, if you had gotten there first, it would have forced a tie with Topper, but as it is, unfortunately, you have just missed out by a single point. Imagine going out by a single point on a politics question in Danger Zone. Oof. Bad luck there, Jack. Mark and Toot finished the round on top with 56. Zeus in second with 38. Matt Spratt in third with 35. Samster on 33 and Topper on 31 by a single point. Also progressed through to the Danger Zone final. New Zealand was the answer. It does mean that after a great performance, getting to round 4, which is not an easy task in this game, we have to say goodbye to Jack, Oren, Ianyo, Reese, Jers, ABME, and BC. Thank you all very much for playing, but it is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Prudes, you are still in the boneyard. That will correct itself in just a minute. There's a weird glitch that I've not been able to actually fix. Blocked and reported. You must be really mad, right? What is happening? What did he say? Yeah, Jack, as if. Wow, that must... Oh, Samster. You do tickle me. So, Topper apparently starting on 0. Number of questions correct. Yeah, so a reminder, the top 6 now starting on number of questions correct minus number of appearances in the Danger Zone. So if you've got 10 and you've been in the Danger Zone 10 times, you're going to start on 0. It's not an insurmountable thing to come back from. Mark on 14, Toot on 11, Samson on 9, Zeus and Matt both on 8, Topper on 0. Proogs is the king in the Boneyard at the moment on 12 as we go to the final round. Which, as ever, is general knowledge. No multipliers or nerfs in this round. It is just what you know and how quickly you know it. Proogs is looking to take the Boneyard medal, but he's got some competition. Orin, Sotley and Shapes just a point behind. Claire, Ianyo, Jack, Reese and Stimpson's Angle just a point behind that. And a great number of people on 9 as well. So, still wide open. Mark with the advantage in the live game, 3 points ahead of Toot, but with 30 points available in total, this final could go any which way. The best of luck to all 6 of you. The final round is general knowledge. Let's play Danger Zone. Starting with the 1983 Tom Cruise film Risky Business has an IMDb rating of 6.8 out of 10. Which of these films is rated higher? Pam Grier in The Arena, Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight, John Carlos Frey in The Gatekeeper, or Morgan Freeman in The Code? Is Mark Ruffalo in Spotlight is the answer, and of course all of those being games that I have made or recreated, The Code being a classic format, The Gatekeeper being one that didn't get out of pilot. The Arena, we did a tournament. Spotlight remains popular to this day, and Risky Business, currently on hiatus, will be coming back in the future. All players were correct other than Matt. Topper was fastest, Samster second, Zeus third, Mark fourth, and Toot was 5th. Let's reorder the board and see what that does to the scores. Not a huge amount. Samster and Toot swapping places, but the gaps have closed down considerably. Mark still in the lead with 17, but Samster now just 3 points behind. Toot a point behind that, Zeus a point behind that, Matt 4 behind that, and Topper 2 behind that. Still very close. It's Sotley and Proogs now co-monarchs in the Boneyard with 12 questions correct each. Let's go on to question 2. Incidentally, Spotlight has a rating of 8.1, the Arena 5.2, the Gatekeeper 5.1, and the Code 6. The association of red herrings with purposeful misdirection emerged from what 18th century activity? Gunsmithing, fox hunting, the abstinence movement, or missionary work? Fox hunting. They trained hounds to avoid scent distraction using herrings. Fox hunting was the answer. Topper was fastest for the second time in a row. Toot was second, Mark was third, Samster was fourth, Matt was 5th. We didn't have a huge amount of change last time. Let's see if we've got any this time. A little bit. Toot now moving up to second, Topper now moving up to 5th, or rather joint 4th with Zeus. Not much of a gap though now between those two, Zeus and Topper, and Samster and Toot on 17 and 18. Only a question's worth if the bottom 2 are right and the top 2 are wrong. Mark still with a lead of 21, only with a 3-point clearance at the moment. Matt is in 6th with 10 points. Proogs has retaken a solo crown, now on 13. 3 players, 1 point behind. 3 questions to go. Here is the next. Well, what is a bloody medal for? You have been in a lot of finals recently, Topper. Until we get you a medal. Buzz-Off was one of He-Man's heroic warriors in the Masters of the Universe. Which of these was not one of his companions? Captain Cracker, Mossman, Fisto, or Mechanic? Or Mechanic, possibly. Then Mechanic, like a Scottish surname. Well, the scenario I outlined just a moment ago, the opposite has happened. Samster getting 6, Toot getting 5, everyone else getting it wrong in live play. Proogs going to hang on to his crown, though Shapes and Ianyo are still encroaching just a point behind. The answer was Captain Cracker, who is from Thundercats, not He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Let's reorder the board. With that, Toot has taken... Oh my! Toot and Samster have taken the lead with 23 points each. Mark slips to second with 21. Bit of a gap then between Mark and Zeus and Topper, who are both on 12. Matt remains on 10. Proogs really hoping for that Boneyard medal. 2 questions to go. He's got to keep that lead. Here is question number 4. Topper currently in bronze medal position, worth adding. Which 2 teams will face off in the first match of the Rugby World Cup 2023? Wales vs Fiji, France vs New Zealand, South Africa vs Scotland, or England vs Argentina? France, New Zealand is the answer. Knowing that the World Cup is in France may make this easier for you. Colo has noted. Topper was fastest again for the third time in 4 questions. Mark picking up 5, Matt picking up 4. Toot, Samster and Zeus were incorrect, so this is going to be fascinating going into the last question. And a reminder that you can't have a tie at the top in Danger Zone. It will force a tiebreaker if we've got a tie in gold. Prugs is going to have to share his crown now with Yanyo and Shapes. All 3 of them are on 14 with a single question to go. Let's reorder the board and see what the scores look like. Mark goes back into pole with 26. Toot and Samster tied in second with 23. Topper is in a clear bronze medal position at the moment, 18. He cannot hope to attain the gold. He can get a silver. Toot and Samster could overtake Mark. They can't both overtake Mark, but they could force a tie depending on exactly where they answer and who answers what. It could be very, very close. It's all going to come down to this question. Good luck. No prizes for guessing what's going to feature. Here's question 5. Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone peaked at number 2 on the US Billboard charts, but which of these songs reached number 1 in the UK? Showdown by Electric Light Orchestra, Deal or No Deal by A1 times J1 by J1, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire by Frank Sinatra and Celeste Holm, Blockbuster by The Sweet. Only one player got it, and it was Toot, picking up 6 points there. Shapes, the only one of the top 3 in the Boneyard to pick it up, which means he is going to take a solo crown. And that is all she wrote. Blockbuster, or Blockbusters, The Sweet 1973. Oh, some memories there of all the old games that we played. I don't know if it was all of them, but certainly a lot of them have got into there. Let's reorder the board one final time and put Toot into his top spot. Only by 3 points and Topper, because there's no tie in silver. You are denied a medal. You get the verdigris, but that's not a thing in this part of the internet, I'm afraid. So, after 25 questions, We Like Shapes is the Boneyard King and takes that Boneyard medal with 15 out of 25. Zeus finishes in 6th with 12 points. Matt in 5th with 14. Topper just going out on the bubble with 18 points. The bronze medal with 23 goes to Samster. The silver with 26 goes to Mark. But the champion of the last Tuesday night game, which is Danger Zone, it's now cut that out. Very well played, Toot. Coming seemingly out of nowhere. You were very strong near the top earlier on, but not top of the table all the way through. A couple of mid-table finishes and a lot of swapping around in that final. Very, very interesting final. Thank you very, very much to Colo for the pack and the idea. Actually, this wasn't prompted. This is Colo reached out to me on Saturday night, said, "I've got an idea. Do you fancy doing this to sort of commemorate it?" And I thought that's a wonderful idea. I'm really grateful for him for all the effort he's put in there. Some lovely questions. Bit of a nostalgia trip for me, but some really great general knowledge that didn't necessitate that you'd been present at game night for the last 3 or 4 years to be able to take part. So thank you very, very much, Colo, for your efforts on that. Jack cashing in 100 pennies. I'll pay those out for you in just a minute. We are going to finish, for old time's sake, with one of each. We'll do the Crystal Dome first. We'll then do Beat the Bee. And we'll then finish with Spacey Fall game to finish the night off, because I have updated the pennies in that, and I hope it works. And 3 times cashing in 100 pennies as well. I will do those shortly as well. So, triple bill of finisher games. Beat the Bee, Spacey Fall game, Crystal Dome. Not in that order. Being tucked in and having a bedtime story. You can, but it won't necessarily be from me, Jack. Thank you very much again to Colo, and congratulations to Toot, our Danger Zone champion. And there we have it. That is all the trivia for Tuesday game night. I'm going to stop the build. I'm going to pop that pack into the use folder. I am going to close the build. I'm going to put the webcam back on. And I am going to load the Crystal Dome. One game of each since we're doing one Crystal Dome. I did update Spacey 4 game earlier on to use the new penny system. I haven't tested it as per usual, but I'm assuming it works. Okay, I mean, we'll find out in due course, I'm sure. So let me get the Crystal Dome loaded. Yeah, sorry about all the chat stuff going a bit squiffy tonight. Let me cash in those pennies before I forget. So Jack Wilfred wanting 100 pennies. And M3 times, one thing, 100 pennies. There we go. They should have been added on. And tick, and refresh. Oh, and Kamikaze wanting 100 pennies. Kamikaze. I will point out, it's not the end of the season. It's sort of mid-season. It's the last of the Tuesday. It's sort of a... I normally leave the big fireworks for the end of the season or the beginning of the season, but yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about all the issues with the chat tonight. I am assuming it is coming from my end. My suspicion is OBS, because all the alerts and things seem to have died, which suggests it's an OBS problem. The only thing that's different, I haven't changed OBS at all, the only thing that's different is the new graphics card. Those glitches, though, and stops and starts in the game and the lag are probably from the graphics card. So... yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do about that. But on the plus side, it didn't crash. So, you know, that's something. Let's do some Crystal Dome. Real quick. Here we go. Exclamation mark play. If you want to come and join in with this. I will then try and beat the bee, and I will shuffle it while we're doing this, so you can cash in some micro pennies. I'm going to do one of each. I'm going to do classic beat the bee to... the standard Fly the Bumblebee, which is 1 minute and 18 seconds, and we'll do a poll for that. If a mod could get a poll on standby, that would be really kind. I haven't done this for a while, I don't even know if I remember how to do it. See if my muscle memory kicks in. Okay, nearly the end of the theme. Anyone else want to come and join? We've got 16 players in so far. Last chance. Okay. Let's raise the drawbridge and we will lock off any more entrants. 16 players, please make your predictions. Where are we going to raid? Rishi Sunak is flashing at me as a raid message. Bricks or... Flage. Bricks is doing Worms. Flage is still on Vice City. Both of them go till about midnight. I'll have a think about that. Vice City or Worms. A couple more predictions still to come in. Wispier predictions. Oh, come back stream. There we go. No. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. M3, you want to get a prediction in? No? Okay, Richard O'Brien, take it away.
Will you start the fans, please?
Take the sequence OQSU. The next letter is what? Take this sequence. Which character appears most frequency? Modal character. In the top, but not in the bottom. Emoji pattern. Modal character. Tricky. Another modal character. 423, primal composite. In the top, but not the bottom. DZVR, what's next? RVZ. What's next? 2 more. In the top but not the bottom. And PJDX. What's next? 5 seconds grace time. And time for the answers. Going to come up now. Buzz prediction is there. I'm going to predict. Oh, I can't. I don't think I can predict on my own channel. I wouldn't want to anyway. I wouldn't want to be accused of throwing it, match fixing. Mr. Vertigo getting 12 out of 12 there. Very well played. A few 11s in there. 423 is composite, apparently. 121 was your total after deductions. And one more to reveal. Next letter is R. Who was closest? Oh, both with 7 and 2. Stimson, Zangle and Reese. 2 away with 123. 100 bonus pennies each. Very well played. And both getting 7 and 2. So that's nice for you both. You're going to end up with 150 pennies there. Nice. That's been updated on the drive. And I did say we're only doing 1, because then I'm going to go on to Beat the Beat. And then we'll do Spacey 4 game to completely wrap up the night. Let's go over to Just Cam. And, is the prediction still going? We'll give a few more minutes on that prediction, I think. Or we'll give it till it's run out of time. Close the Crystal Dome. Classic Bumblebee tonight, 1 minute 18. Which is this one. That's not the start. 90 seconds on the prediction. Okay. Well, I could start it. I'll give it a few more minutes. So, yeah, just to add, I mean, I am going to be back on Saturday, where I'm going to be doing... what am I going to be doing on Saturday? Battlefront, more DangerZone, and The Escape Artist. Battlefront by Yanyo? Battlefront by Arun, DangerZone by Yanyo, and The Escape Artist by Itsotley. Oh, Silent Marina, you're here, because here's a puppy for you. Well.
I thought I'd bring in a pupper to say goodbye to the Tuesday night streamers.
Should add some to the bonus pot as well. Oh, yeah, go on, Ash. Throw some micro pennies in. Oh, big yawn, tired spaniel.
Oh, he's cross because I ushered him to bed.
Put me down.
Brought him in here and he got quite narked with me.
Oh, he's very cute.
Remember,
outcome, then win.
Woohoo!
Yes, that is the correct outcome. Complete prediction. There you go. Oh, yeah, second more, but no, I did manage to succeed. Right, we'll go all the way up now. And I'll finish the stream standing up. Oh, my dear.
Okay, I'm going to take this dog up.
Okay.
Enjoy the end of the stream.
Thank you, darling.
Right.
Oh. Yes, we just got to do Spacey 4 game.
Farewell, everyone.
So bye-bye,
Goodbye,
Spaniel.
Goodbye.
That actually seems rather high now. I might have to just go up the camera. Oh no, because now it's going to get the top of the monitor and we don't do that. Right, Spacey 4 game. Hello, Bod. Welcome to the stream. It's the time for the end of the night. Easy money. Yeah, quite. Right. Once more, for old time's sake, the last one is going to be Spacey 4 game. Let's go back to game with Cam. Spontaneous going for gold. You must be joking. It's going to take a minute to load. Let's do some Spacey 4 game. So remember, 10 pennies for every player who comes and joins the game. There it is. It hasn't started yet. Don't type anything yet. Let me just going to glance over the script I wrote for earlier on. Just because